some of you got those, some of you got the documentation that allows you to be in here, some of you didn't. It might be, I was thinking about it though, does Dawn have any like Luthery script stuff? Probably forge some documents if you ever needed them, I was just thinking about.
Good point.
But yeah, and the only sort of, was this you sort of Warforged come walking by, which was probably like quite a weird sight. And
so Squall's End's quite metropolitan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Squall's
End's quite metropolitan.
think like what's that insanely dense block in like Tokyo? You know, the famous little area that has like their own little industry. It's sorry, in Hong Kong, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I know what you mean.
I was about to say Tiananmen Square. Watching the fucking stream get dropped.
Kowloon.
No, it's not Kowloon.
Sorry, just quickly, you know, Andy's
Hong Kong,
in Tokyo at the moment.
Are they?
Yeah, he's gone to Japan for 2 weeks.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
It's basically like blocks of high rise, and it kind of became its own like anarchic civilization. Yeah.
Is it not Kowloon?
Oh, the walled city, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so one of the things that's interesting about Kowloon is because Kowloon is so insanely dense. It's the most densely populated area on Earth, and because it's so dense, the only way to get around is through the only way around is through these really tiny alleys and stuff. There's basically no room for any like authority. So all the businesses there, none of them follow business practices and stuff, and so they export loads and loads of really cheap goods because the labour is so cheap, and there's no one can like get in to enforce
Kowloon
anything.
is like the area that Shep lived in is called Kowloon, but the walled city is like its original bit of it.
Right. That's insane.
Yeah, that's it from above.
Yeah, it's been evacuated now.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's all derelict.
Yeah, I think they obviously it was like a slum basically.
Yeah.
Destined to
apparently
collapse.
Apparently it entirely had like its own subculture and everything because it was literally just lawless. So you had to be involved with like some gang or some shit to like just get by, and stuff is like quite cyberpunk-esque actually.
It really reminds me of that film. Judge Dredd?
Judge Dredd.
Really
What?
reminds me of
Cool.
Judge
I
Dredd.
was just thinking about that.
Did you know that Gavin Free did all the slow-mo for that? For the slow-mo guys.
Oh,
Yeah. He did loads of the slow-mo for Transformers as well. And Batman.
Jokes, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
That's
like a recognised
That's so cool.
slow-mo guy. But yeah, because do you remember in the Judge Dredd film, like one of the main gimmicks is the slow-mo drug that you take and everything goes slow motion for you. So.
Were we talking about slow-mo guys last time? Was somebody was talking about
I
this
said
recently?
drop the weapon. Hot shot.
That's his little voice activated code to get his gun to change to a different ammo. So cool. Love that film. Oh yeah, sorry, what were you saying? What were we talking about?
I just for some reason was thinking about slow-mo guys recently. I don't know why.
Were you walking really slowly or something?
Yeah, I'm a slow-mo guy.
Well, while we're perusing around Squall's End, Gesh would like to seek out a known alchemist.
Okay, sure. All right. Well, I'm sure Enoch or somebody could point you in the right direction of an alchemist. You kind of make your way sort of further into the city, and you head down towards still on the surface, but much closer to the pit itself. You can see round here. You're starting to get into the territory where, like, from here you can kind of see the scope of the pit, and you can see all these structures. Some of them are like half crumpled down. There's loads which are just propped up with sort of ever expanding stilts as the ground beneath it erodes away. And you come across this building which is maybe sort of 20 or 30 rows back from the actual ledge itself, and it's quite and it's this sort of it's got these sort of like dull purplish paint all over the stonework that constitutes the building. You see it's all kind of cracked off in places in big chunks, and there's cracks all running through the paint itself. And there's sort of ivy growing up and around the building as well, which is kind of almost makes it stand out a little bit because there's not much plant life really anywhere around. When you kind of see through one of the incredibly foggy windows, you peer inside and you can see these various sort of little glowing lights of different colours just small within. You'd imagine that the apothecary who lives here is most likely hesitant to grow any ingredients where any sly hands could sneak by. The building itself as well, another thing that kind of sets out from the others is it's got quite a tall roof that's got all these shingles and shales that are kind of draped all over it. You step in and there's a little bell ring as you enter. And inside you can see that there's all manner of potions and ingredients all on these shelves all around the walls.
What's it smell like?
There's quite like an intense sort of chemically smell, mixed in with a keener nose would detect the scent of other more common and fragrant herbs. You get the impression that the apothecary who works in here, while often using these more sort of pungent and toxic ingredients that would be useful for many of the people in Squall's End, is also kind of doing their best to, burn incense and make it smell of things that aren't that as well, but to not much avail due to the
I say that maybe as Gesh walks in, he coughs and it catches the attention of the apothecary because the chemically sort of manufactured smell is momentarily a bit overwhelming.
You would notice as well that all of the walls and these kind of centerpieces as well, these little islands of goods and potions, they're all locked behind these sort of thick iron and glass cabinets, which all have these pretty hefty locks on, and there's chains kind of wrapped around everything to stop anyone from stealing anything. Inside, you can see a drow woman who's kind of fervently grinding away with a pestle of mortar, and as you cough, she kind of looks up and you see that she's got these relatively beady red eyes, and she says, a purveyor in my shop, what can I help you with?
Good day to you. I am Gesh Greymore, and I seek your services.
Well, it's a pleasure, Gesh. My name is Thalia Blackthorn. What brings you to Squall's End?
Thalia, we are here on business, but I come with business for you, maybe.
Okay, well, what can I help you with?
I need your guidance with identifying the effects of some ingredients that I've harvested on the path.
Okay, interesting. Well, if you would like to have an official consultation, that will cost you 5 gold.
I'm sure I could manage that.
Very well. Come through. Is anyone else in the shop as well, by the way, or are you guys doing other stuff?
Don't think so.
Would Dorwin be with me or not? Would it be of any interest to you?
I'm looking for a small silver cage, so I might be following you around the shops.
I think you got
We
one.
got one. We went to the Droghna Peaks and got one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
we like just.
You just we went there and got that.
Fair enough. Then, no, I'm not with you, sorry.
Okay.
Would there be any place for me to research gnolls and their lord or whatever, their god?
Well, I mean, an apothecary is typically a learned person, so it wouldn't hurt to ask this person.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah, I'm still a rat on your shoulder, so I'll just be a rat on your shoulder.
Oh, I'm there.
Don't want to be left out.
I did actually have a thought as well. I would like to. I'll say when
fucking hell.
it's good,
He's
but
not fucking on the floor.
Fucking cats.
Is there any more shit?
Go on, Fake.
yeah, I'm going to be on the lookout for teleportation circle runes.
Ah, okay,
Like-
sure.
Like phone numbers. Like
Yeah.
There's, like, I would ask this lady if they have them, for example.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
all
sure,
there,
sure.
Not right now, but.
Okay, well, perhaps as you walk in and her attention, before she draws you aside, kind of looks between those of you who are here, looks at you, Polano, and kind of gives you a strange look.
I might have said, knowing that I was with these, I would have introduced the rest of them as well.
Okay, sure.
Not our real names.
Yeah, you go. You've got fake names, haven't you?
Oh shit! No, I would have introduced myself as Inkarin.
Okay, sure.
I go by Dimble.
Nice.
Don't make any reference to me.
I'll just like scratch you on the head. Just a little bit behind your pink little ear.
No, you just hear telepathically, ooh, bit to the left.
And then like we just stood there having a moment, and she's like trying to talk to me. I just want to take it.
I love the idea of like this person says like is like looking at you. You get a bit to the left, and you go, "Is that right?" Is that out loud?
And then the rat's just like.
You see that she kind of looks at you slightly funny for a minute, presumably just because you're a real weirdo in these parts.
I've put on stuff, right? We did like some
You
else
did- you
disguise.
did-
Yeah,
true,
true.
but
But
she-
yeah,
she-
to
yeah.
what
And
extent?
I have like a
cowl.
cowl, yeah, kind of hiding my pointy ears. And
Okay,
stuff.
sure. So are you pretty average sort of?
I mean, I still look sick. But yeah, I'm like
Of course.
relatively hidden. She can see my eyes, but
Okay, yeah.
kind of, it's not immediately obvious I'm an elf.
Sure, yeah. Just for fun's sake, we won't introduce them mechanically elsewhere necessarily. Can you give me a deception just to like see what we?
A drow is an elf though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What colour is your skin at the moment?
22. My skin.
22 F16 mauve.
My skin is like a light greeny,
Yeah.
But made up.
But you've covered it with like.
but it's brown on this.
No, what color? What color are you right now?
Yeah. Made
With
yourself
your makeup.
Human coloured.
Come on, Alcohol.
Right, orange.
First D&D game.
Probably, I don't know. Maybe we have made me look like a bit of a drow, so like purpley, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go to try and hide.
Sure, and you see as she does so, she kind of looks at you, Dorwin, for a minute and says, a deep gnome. What brings a little one such as you so far from home?
Oh, I'm just staying safe with my friends here.
She says, yes, well, I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun in Squall's End. Come on, Nick
Enoch,
Inkarin.
Inkarin. I was obviously Enoch is here in spirit and say, well, Enoch will make sure of that, referring to myself.
Fuck you, cunt! I killed the drown, what the shit?
He's picking a lot. Yeah, sorry, what did you even say?
No, you said you'll have a lot of fun in Squall's End, and I said Enoch will make sure of that.
Oh, I see. Yes. She says, well, in that case, what was your name again?
Inkarin.
Well, Inkarin, why don't you pull up a chair and show me what you've got?
Indeed. Okay. 5 gold, and I'll rustle in my coin purse and I'll say, money up front, business as it should be, and I'll pass the 5 gold coins.
Mm-hmm. She accepts impassively.
Yeah. And then from my alchemy pouch, I present 2 little fangs.
Mm-hmm.
And they were salvaged from the blue drakes that we fought very early on while we were in Scales. We had to delve into, I think it may have even been Tiny Hut. Because I swear there were drakes at the beginning of that dungeon.
2 years ago now.
I know, right?
I'll search for Drake and see if I've got anything in my notes. Just because I'm curious now. No results. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I'm sure you probably encountered Drakes at some point.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have had them in here if we didn't. Yeah, they are. Tell the DM, not the alchemist. They are blue drake fangs.
Okay. You see,
And I'm seeking help identifying.
she kind of. So you don't know they're Drake fangs?
No, I know they're drake fangs, but I don't know what they do.
Okay.
Hence why.
You see, she holds up the fang and says, yes, you would have gotten these from a Drake, no doubt.
Indeed.
Yes, I'm afraid to say that while they're not the easiest to acquire, they're unfortunately relatively mundane. They can be used in some instances, but it requires proficient alchemy indeed. The drakes, well, they do have some of the magic that pours through dragons, but being of artificial design, they lack some of the natural essence required to get some of the more potent effects that you would from a dragon.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That's Gesh's internal monologue.
About alchemy.
Yes, well, I wasn't expecting a profound potency, but nonetheless, I would like to identify them for use.
And do you remember what...
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Fuck off!
Nice. Do you know perchance what type of drake it was from?
Yes, from a lightning drake, a blue drake.
Interesting. Well, I would surmise that if you were to craft some draft of lightning in some way, the drake's tooth could surely enhance such properties. But acting of its own volition, I can't imagine it would yield great results.
So
For
it
that,
is something.
you'll have to check your network settings.
Is that my phone?
Phone.
Is it?
I think that one was. That didn't come from the D&D speaker then, because it would have paused the music.
So it would be considered an enhancement rather than an ingredient.
Yes, if you were to use them, I suppose. I would advise that before use, you should ground them up into a fine powder indeed.
Well, thank you for your patronage.
Of course. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
There's plenty, but I wonder we don't have time. Like,
We've got another half an hour before
yeah, well,
Enoch
like,
shows up.
thinking about in game, I want to.
No,
Just keep going. Do a couple. At least get a few in.
Yeah.
All right, cool. These other ingredients that I seek, I assume they are also part of this 5 gold consultation.
Oh yes, we can talk of multiple ingredients. Although, if our session drags on for too much longer, then I will start charging extra. Only a gold.
Okay. And with that, I then present. Oh yeah, we'll note down the mechanics of it a bit. This might be dinner. Hello. All right, mate. Cool.
I'll
Welcome
go
to the
now.
door.
I'll go Gesh.
66 code.
Nice.
And with that, I present one little vial of how do I describe how it looks? Like a thick, dark blue, very viscous fluid, which to you, Oscar, is ice devil's blood.
Oh, okay, interesting. You see that she kind of takes the vial very tentatively and is looking at it and kind of moving it back and forth. She says, "No."
This feels like it has somewhat more magical properties than the last component I presented to you.
Yes, I agree. She takes the stopper off very carefully. Well, before she does that, you see she actually screws it into a little clasp and pops the top off. You see that she kind of sniffs it for a minute, and she takes this sort of dried herb that just at first glance is hard to identify. And you see that she drops it into the vial, and it immediately just kind of like freezes up and gets kind of like bobs back up to the top, and then she takes it out like that, and she burns it over one of her hot candles she's got. She says, "Yes, there's no mistaking it. It's blood from the 9 hells. This is a unusual ingredient indeed."
You have keen knowledge. I am rather impressed.
Yes, well, if you, she says, "Yes, well, if you'd want to be keeping that from the Helix Hedera for me now, wouldn't you?" She says, I feel you may have a story to tell, but I'm not one to pry." So,
Yes, maybe best. In your business, in your line of work, I can imagine you get some rather interesting characters through here.
yes, and in Squall's End, it's much better to keep your mouth shut. Now, this ingredient I would be hesitant to even use myself unless it was for a rather specific draft. What is it exactly that you need to know about it?
To be plain, what it does.
She says,
Will it aid me in healing and looking after myself and my companions, or will I be able to weaponize it?
I'm sure that you could use it for a great many things. It would require some research, of course. I would advise against using it in any way that could potentially aid you, for if you were to fail creating such a draft, the effects could be extremely potent. I would advise strongly that you find some way to use it to empower you in some way, to inflict some additional damage should you need it. It could make a fine poison, or perhaps even an explosive of some kind.
He's playing with
Thank you.
Tom.
Is that basically she's imparting what it does to me by saying that?
Yeah.
So what does it do?
She would say, if you were to use it in any such way, of course the foul ice magics within this blood run deep, and as such the effects would pertain to some of the abilities that an ice devil has itself. I've heard they have ice at their very command. If you wish to freeze an opponent's blood or create some sort of explosion that would freeze those around, I imagine it could perform in such a way.
Sounds like a power I would be keen to harness.
If you wish to reduce your own risk at using such an ingredient, I would relish the opportunity to craft with it myself if you didn't mind paying a fee.
Could we say that would like maybe give me more proficiency with crafting it if I did it with her or I left it with her, sort of thing?
I mean, if you left it with her, you'd probably just get something out of it.
Okay.
But it would be a steep fee.
Yeah. Okay. It does require elemental water,
Okay.
so I can imagine the fee would be considerable then in that case. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we are on School's End. We are in School's End on business. However, yes, I would be keen for one such as yourself with an extensive workshop to be able to take the time and hone and harness this power imbued in this liquid properly.
Indeed. Well,
Tell me how much you want.
if I were to craft something of my own volition, with the ingredients I have at hand, it would cost no less than 5,000 gold. However, if you were able to procure some of the ingredients yourself, I'm sure that fee could come down considerably.
What ingredients do you require?
Well, of course, to use such things for dramatic magical effects, there's the key component, elemental water. Beyond that, the remaining herbs would cost no more than 100 gold or so.
And while Gesh is considering this decision, he sort of in a very nonchalant way, reaches just inside sort of his jerkin and pulls out like an amber gem, and I've got a jade piece as well. And I sort of look at them, I place them down on the table in front of me, and I say, "How would this suffice?"
What's the value of those?
The amber is the amber's worth 100. Shit. Okay. And the jade's double that.
I'll give you 20 quid.
Yeah, not even 10%. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I have 2,000 gold pieces.
Your skin, mate.
No, I've got dough, but as in like
I've also got tons of cash.
I'm having fun haggling.
And you were a while away from haggling.
No, right? Ignore that.
Just as a reminder as well, I've changed the value of money so that a gold is about £1. Just so you know. just because I saw someone say that online, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
just be like, oh, that's
$5
rough.
grand for a potion.
I mean, you could probably sell it for like 10 grand, 10, 15 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Or I might
Potions
give
are
it.
expensive.
I might give it to someone that might actually use it.
Shotgun.
No. Instead of instead of insulting her by presenting these mean
Pulls them out, puts them back.
Puts another jade on.
No, I'm sort of envisioning like just pulling all these random things out and being like, "Is this enough? Is this enough?" And just like adding like a cloth and then like a ring or like.
Give it a free.
Yeah. Just like all this stuff going down.
How
And
about
put the
this
dragon
problem
amulet.
we
You're
don't
like,
want to do?
No, I'll tell you what. I'll take out the little coin purse of the because with the 2,000 gold pieces, they're not coins; they're just pieces of gold. Right, that's what I envisioned. Anyway, there's no we've got no
gold
monetary
oh, they're
gold
coins.
pieces.
They're coins.
gold
No, they're not.
pieces.
They're gold pieces, they're treasure that aren't normal currency. We got them from
Oh, those
Dude's tomb.
things. Oh, yeah,
Where we
I remember.
got the gold
Oh,
shit.
when you were saying gold pieces, I thought you meant gold.
Gold coins. No. I'll take that out and I'll because I've got 2,000. I'll pour out about a quarter of them, so 500 onto the table, and I like sort of do it a bit thematically as well, and like I'm imagining they create like a cool little pile. And,
That's a cool pile.
say
Okay, I'll knock off 10%.
Yeah, that is the sickest part of it.
That's like as cool as some deal.
I'll say I know it's not currency, but there's quite some value here.
And so, what's the like the monetary value that you put down? Just those pieces.
Don't have the monetary. We haven't put.
Okay.
So this is why it's up. I'm
Yeah,
leaving it
sure,
up to
sure.
her to decide.
Just put a single jade piece.
Give me persuasion.
Where did we get these from?
Oh,
2.
nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Just put half in there. Actually.
She says,
I'm just like picturing like little sort of gold nuggets almost.
Yeah. She says, the offer is fine, but you'd really have to pour out another quarter of the bag for that to suffice.
Isn't that 20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shit offer.
And with that, I'll pour out another half a bag and I'll put the jade piece on the top as well.
Sure, yeah. She said,
That's too much.
Too kind. Take half the pile back.
she says, while it may take some work for me to get a full valuation of these goods, I'm willing to accept just for the pleasure of working with such an ingredient. In exchange, however, I would ask for a small piece of help to sweeten the deal on my end.
Certainly, if there's an opportunity for me to grow my knowledge and understanding of this craft, I will be happy to oblige.
She says, there is an organisation known as the Helix
Oh
Hedera.
fuck, she actually wants us to do something.
She says,
Oh wait, it's a quest?
Yeah. I was like, well,
I've already got one of them, thanks.
completely.
channeling it in a Cora. She says, I won't ask you to get involved with them in any way, for I wouldn't ask for such a thing.
But
However, what I do need is just allies. I was once one of them myself. They're an organisation of drow herbalists, but they seek some of the darker arts to which I'm less keen on, shall I say. All I would ask is that if you get any information about them at all, or if you hear rumours of them approaching me, I ask that you let me know as soon as you can.
most certainly, you are helping me. I will help you.
Very well. You see that she kind of takes the treasure and puts it into a tray, which she immediately kind of puts down into this lockbox, and it's got multiple locks on it.
Enoch's like,
She says then, I have one or two things I must attend to today, but perhaps in the next few days, if you come back to the shop, I'm sure I could have something put together for you.
Most certainly.
Can I ask what would be your most desirable effect for such a thing?
From what you have surmised thus far, what are the options?
Basically, if you want it to be like a large sort of
Like AoE thing.
evocation effect, yeah, sort of big effect, or whether you want it to be more of like a poison to inflict upon someone.
An ice poison would be
That's-
quite cool.
It would be pretty. Probably slow people down as well. Yeah, the latter. Yeah,
Okay.
Go for poison.
She says, very well, that's more my style anyway.
Yes, and before we go, I would just like to buy some off-the-shelf ingredients from you. Also.
Of course. Shall we?
Yeah. I'll
work
just
character?
do that, and you just tell me what they're worth, and then I'll just take it out of mine.
Okay,
I'm gonna go get a fork.
The shit ones there.
I think she'd sell you a fork pretty cheap, to be honest.
Oh, cheers.
Okay. Jane's home. Ah, nice.
Not saying all in here.
Hey, Jamesy.
Hey, not today.
Good, right. Father's gay sign.
Yeah.
Just makes Enoch.
He will continue.
Before we go, I was wondering if you had any information on gnolls, specifically their god Yunogu and a Thorn of Chaos.
She says, I've not heard of such a thing myself, but I know that there are a range of unique and strange alchemical ingredients that are pertaining to gnolls. What is it exactly that you're looking for?
At the moment, just information.
She says, I see. Well, there are places you can go to learn such things here in Squall's End. Of course, not that you would ever be able to get access, unfortunately, but if you were able to get into the area in which the Roses live, it's said that they hold all manner of knowledge about all sorts of strange things. But anyone who tends to work with the Roses doesn't often come out on the other end, well, fully put together. Otherwise, there are places down in the pit which hold rudimentary knowledge, but given, is it an arcane ingredient of some kind? I've not come across such a thing.
As I say, I have very little information on the subject myself. I'm merely trying to gain some.
I see. Well, you could head down into the pit and seek out one of the many libraries they have down there. Of course, finding anything specific can be a real nightmare. It pains me to say, but my old collection, the Helix Hedera, they're quite familiar with all sorts of dark arts. But again, you'd want to tread carefully around them.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Of course. That will be 5 gold.
I just flick a jade out. That's like 300. Oh, does she actually want 5 gold? It's too late. She's already given me the information.
She says,
I'm very much playing up into the drow costume.
okay, sure. As you don't cough it up, she turns to you, Gesh, and says,
Oh, she needs to do something, Gash. Fine.
It's like 5 quid out of 10 grand.
I don't even know what money is as well. I have no reference.
You're just
point
like trying to play an arsehole.
See how if it's been, it just doesn't work out immediately.
Doing your best Enoch impression.
Yeah, I'll give her the 5.
Hey, Jonesy.
Hey.
Hello,
We're
mate.
in an apothecary.
Pardon?
We're in an apothecary
Okay.
doing apothecarical things.
Smashing the drugs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Do you know? Oh, I guess I could ask you not this.
You could have already asked Enoch this, maybe.
Yeah, let's say I would ask Enoch. Enoch, do you know if School's End has a teleportation circle?
So you probably you'd know also that there's
Loads.
Loads, mate.
you know, so you know it's not majorly your ballpark, but you know that there's one. There's La Roses would have a few, but you can't really get to them. And there's also certain mage groups as well down in the pit that will have teleportation circles, but you're not like, you know, it's not something that you would have really been that bothered by. But you would know that like for example, the Innikenti clan will talk to mages to like import goods under the like secretly and stuff. So just to add on to that as well, something you say is that the teleportation circles would be like kind of very much under the thumb of a given gang.
Yeah. So I've never personally used the teleportation circle before. I never needed to leave School's End back when I was a runner and the Don didn't betray me.
What?
I don't know, it just tickled me.
Okay. But I do know of various ways of getting certain artifacts or goods or sometimes people into the city without drawing attention to the passing at the gate. There are some mage groups in the pit that will take coin and pretty much do what feasibly possible, magic permitting.
Okay, interesting. Good to know. In that case, I'll ask the apothecary lady. Do you know how one might come about the sigil sequence of a teleportation circle? Are they closely guarded, or?
Here in Squall's End, teleportation circles are nothing more than are kept closely guarded by those who hold them. There are one or two fringe gangs in the pit that do have teleportation circles. I know of one or two myself, but gaining access to them can be quite difficult.
Normally though, for enough coin, anything is possible in School's End. That's the beauty of a place like this.
Indeed. But
What do you...
of course, alongside
can I-
that, you never know if you'll get a dagger in the back because of it.
All the more exciting. It's the spice of life that keeps you alive, eh?
I see there's at least one local among you.
Who goes there?
Yeah.
Chorus.
I would have been quite... instead of brandishing and flourishing my hat, I would have kept the brim of my hat very low, pretty much at all points during this. I'd change from the, quite ostentatious Enoch that you would have seen out of School's End.
In terms of
magic voice box to.
Just so you know as well,
I'm permanently employing Riz through my through my voice box. Yeah, exactly. all of you are Riz.
make a Riz check.
Rudy is currently a rat on my shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Rats are especially susceptible.
You just so you
Can I ask what is it we need to transport?
No transporting. Just curious, and I'll give you a little wink.
Do you want to tell me in your mind?
Oh yeah, I'll take my mind. Yeah.
What it is?
Oh, sure.
What we're doing?
I'm just trying to get sigil sequences for teleportation circles so that I can teleport back here if we ever need to.
Smart.
Okay. So, as you sort of say that, she says, she looks to you, Dorwin, and says, that one will be 10 gold, by the way.
10, you say?
Didn't even give us a
She
location.
says,
That's an expensive lack of information.
and she takes the
Can I butt in and say those are foreigner prices? What can you do for a local?
I didn't give a local the information.
I've been 2 minutes ago.
And
That's what you get for doing surgery all day.
From 5 to 8. Such a pointless shift.
Except for the person doing surgery, obviously. Just so you know as well, Enoch, when you were going to take when you were going to take the guys to the last drop, I would say that the owner of the last drop.
And we've done this, have we?
No,
we haven't done this. We've just gone to the apothecary.
Yeah.
Have we done anything else?
No, we
not
usually
great
just did
character.
that, so like...
No.
We're chilling. Getting
So-
some henny ingredients identified was the purpose of the apothecary.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
So the tavern owner is a fellow called Grizz, short for Grizzlepaw.
Is he susceptible to my wrist? He's now grizzed.
But only if it's grimy Riz. And he's basically this big burly fellow. He's sort of like werebear guy.
Yeah.
In
the last drop, sorry.
He's the tavern.
The tavern owner, yeah.
And he's basically.
Do I know if he has any links to the mob in terms of protection, that kind of aspect?
So he's sort of like a unique sovereign entity.
Okay, he's a separate, or just like...
He operates in his own way.
Okay.
Because of this, he's pretty much one of the only people in the Squall's End who now you could go to as Enoch and would be fine. He basically is recognised. The Last Drop, which is this place where it's very much no man's land, he has just through his many years of existing in Squall's End and running this place, has managed to essentially completely isolate himself from any one gang, but also has heaps of sort of knowledge and rumours and stuff like that. He's kind of sort of friendly to everyone.
I would imagine that he would employ himself quite a large staff.
Yeah. There's people all over the place in the Last Drop.
What does he look like?
We haven't seen him yet.
Okay, fine.
But he joins crime. But yeah, so from your perspective, he's the man.
Cool.
Just giving you a bit of
Nice.
knowledge in advance before we go.
Is he sort of like Vander out of the last drop in Arcane?
Like, owner.
I guess so. Yeah. It's sort of like Van. I mean, Vander's like very much a political figure, though. I suppose.
Yeah, but he's also like he's not
Well,
really.
I mean, I imagine
he's ultimately.
I imagine
he's
this
just
guy
trying
has
to-
some political viewpoints. Or is he just going to be completely apolitical?
I think
'Cause
everyone should be allowed somewhere.
Because it's like Vander in Arcane. He's like he's good, but he's chilling. He don't give a fuck about any gangs and.
Yeah, this is true. I feel like I unintentionally have completely ripped off Arcane. I feel good. Here I am thinking I'm a unique dude.
Hey, you did it subconsciously. It's okay.
So he says.
Yes, I say. But yeah, so this is your first port of call, really.
So,
Is there anything else that people want to do in the meantime, or we...
I'd be quite keen to seek out my childhood family house. It'd be something that would be quite important for Enoch to do.
Okay. And this is on the surface, is it?
No, it's in the pit.
In the pit. Okay, sure. How deep is it?
Probably the second or third level. It is in Inikenti territory, which is a bit risky, but it's something that I sort of have to do for.
Would you have to go through one layer of slices maybe to get to it?
Yeah.
Is it in the Greens territory around?
No, it's in the Inikenti territory.
Oh, it's in the Inikenti territory.
Yeah. As in but on so I goes on the outskirts.
Yeah,
Not
sure.
one of the main halls.
Mhm,
It's just a family house.
Yeah.
I've got my I'd be wanting to see if my old tools and stuff were still in the house because I had a hiding place for them, and also it'd just be nice to pay my respects to my parents and stuff like that. But if the last drop is more on the surface, we should be going to the last drop and then I'll bring that up.
Sure.
Didn't make
Before
sense.
we get into that quickly, what does the Blue Drake Fang do?
Oh, as an enhancement, so it would basically for the respective type that it is, so lightning, if you were able to make some sort of potion that is in some way involved with lightning, has another ingredient that pertains to lightning, or anything like that, will decide on an enhancing effect that will increase the challenge rating of making the potion
to
for
builder and just
a greater effect.
Just
Okay, cool.
feats on your guy.
It would depend on what that lightning
And
thing
the top
does.
is manage feats.
Oh yeah.
And it's called Blessing of Bahamut.
Yeah.
And then you got to pick once you've added it.
Oh yeah. Nice.
So it'll drop down.
Lights of Justice.
Everyone should do that, by the way. That's cool.
What's that?
If you go to feats and click manage feats and look for Blessing of Bahamut.
Okay.
I think you can do it straight off your character, James. You don't.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just go to the features and
Oh,
choose
right.
section.
Man,
Feats.
I'm fucking addicted to Don's tacos.
Yeah, there you go, right?
Yeah.
Blessing of Bahamut.
You had the churros.
No.
Oh, good.
Are they classy tacos?
With a bone
Got
of your
nice
choosing.
I'd get
Yeah,
a
so
reset,
then
but
where
it's
you
like-
added it, there's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
thing you
drop
got
down.
accept the drop down.
I've never
Oh,
tried
nice.
the birria lamb.
Did you add
I
that?
don't
Just
know.
gonna go for barbacoa
Yeah, and then
I can't remember what I went for. Did I go for the
with
breath
crack
thing?
and cheese.
yeah,
Birria.
or wings.
Barbacoa
Although,
with crack
yeah,
and
we were
cheese.
talking about potentially wings as well.
No, I know, but I didn't want
I
lamb.
can't remember what I decided. Do you remember what I decided for my feat from Bahamut?
I mean, I think you went for breath in the end.
Yeah, cool.
And just so everyone knows, then once you have that at the bottom of your feats, you'll have the feet there, and it's got a little box, and you can check it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that'll,
And it's 1 minute for all of them, isn't it?
yeah. If you click it, it
Yeah,
gives
but
you
for
the
the
information.
wings, you get 30 out of combat.
Oh.
Also, because this resets at dawn, not at a long rest, you have to like manually uncheck it. So if you long rest, it won't reset because technically not a long rest reset.
Wait, sorry, what's it called?
Blessing of Bahamut.
Radiant
Makes
Bahamut.
sense.
One of the other pieces of
Did you
information
not
we've
think
learned from
about
being in
wings?
the apothecary is that the
I think it's more in line with
the
Gesture's
the-
character of being
what's it called when you're the
insert
It's
all
already
the
a
dragons.
shop,
But you've already
Proprietor?
got this is still dragon. right?
Only
the
I only get
proprietor
it.
of this
The-
apothecary
The
is someone called Thalia Blackthorn.
What's the point? It's not in
No, I
it.
was going to get the
Where's my?
breath.
Oh, it's there.
It's
And she is an ex-member and scared of
Yeah, it's
a
not good.
gang
But I only get
called
the
Helix
Veil
Area.
of Vengeance once per long rest.
And this is the
Owner.
Thalia Blackthorn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
But-
thank you.
Or do you want to fly?
Oh, it's good,
Lightning
isn't it?
arrows,
It's
so
pretty good.
And
you can basically always
She's
be out
scared
reach
of,
everyone.
A gang that
Yeah, I
uses
think
army
I'll do
with
that.
Helix rolls,
Actually, it might give you
Um,
that.
She distanced herself from them because they're
That's
sort
it,
of
right?
in pursuit of dark
Oh, yeah.
magic.
Really good. There you
Didn't
go.
want to be part of
So
it.
I've hard coded it
She
to
claims.
4. Is your proficiency? I think all our proficiency bonuses are 4. Yeah, so that is actually the right thing. But if you're, if anyone's,
Okay.
everyone's proficiency
And,
bonus goes up, I've
um,
got to change that because
Oh,
And would I know
it's
where
fine,
they
but
sort
it's
of
fine.
dwelt in
yeah.
Squall's End?
it's right now. So you can check
They, when you were here, they were. You probably wouldn't necessarily known about them.
Yeah, fine, that's why undercover.
that.
Yeah,
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 it's
and
Let's think
they've
about
since
increasing
grown.
the
Like
range.
Lady the Shark, kind of in
If you
the underground.
Yeah,
reduce the damage by
And
1, increase the range.
is
Oh, that's
So yeah,
um,
you'll have to manually do that.
You might. It's like.
Yeah, I did
I'll tell
choose
you what.
the wings
Why don't you
because
give me
I
a
managed
What was
do
the
a
wing
check
chart?
of like.
so yeah.
Don't know, just
Was the
give me
wing
a
literally
flat
just flight or
intelligence.
speed as well?
Just a flight W movement, minute and combat 30 out.
Okay, so I would say that the name rings a bell. The name rings a bell from like times when the Anakin's clan might have bought like potions and stuff like that, but
Okay.
you don't know much about it.
And does she have any cool poisons or
She
potions
does
to
on
sell?
your actions.
Because I've got like
Yeah, they're expensive.
I've got like 6,000 gold.
Ali, it
More
should come up on your
Really?
actions. now.
Potions are
You
expensive.
scroll down.
So keep in mind
Yeah,
we've gone
got it.
from.
Cheers, mate.
Unfortunately, the currency's been devalued slightly because we've changed our system to
Okay.
gold coins now being equivalent to
If
like
you
£1.
click the name of it,
Okay.
gives you
Just 'cause it's
more
easier for us.
description
Six
of what it
grand is quite a lot though. £6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a single use potion.
Well, I mean, for a powerful one.
Sure. Can I? How
Yeah.
much? What are we talking about? Is there anything cool that she has? You know, in the 6,000 gold price bracket.
She says, "Do you not have more than 6 a day?"
Got plat and shit as well.
Oh yeah, I've got loads of plat as well.
And you've probably got some diamonds and stuff that would be.
Yeah, in your inventory you have gems as well.
I haven't added the 1,200 gold that I just
Oh, yes.
sold as well.
So that's a plat is 10 gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, you've got an extra.
I got 10,800 gold in just gold.
Nice, cool. And yeah, remember your gems can be pretty penny too, depending on the
Probably
gem.
got about 5k in gems.
Well, I mean, how much were you wanting to spend on a poison?
Just potions, poisons, anything cool that she might have that, I feel like I've done lots of looting for gold.
She
Might
says,
want to spend it on something.
she says,
Enoch's in the city.
she says, here I have a wyvern poison, which would run you 2,000 gold. I just made that up.
Okay.
She says, acquired from the stinger of multiple wyverns and boiled down to a tincture, it can be quite a hardy poison. It can completely, if it doesn't kill, it will surely disorient.
Okay.
Are you, unless you would like something more magical, perhaps?
I'd like to know my options.
She says, I have a potion here that will allow you to cast a fireball more powerful than any mage. However, it is a little more steeper at 5,000 gold.
Pretty mean.
I'll take both.
Take the lot.
She says, very well. And you see that she walks over to, so something I described
Can I?
before.
Can I try and haggle? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can haggle, yeah.
So surely, if I'm buying two, there might be a certain discount that one might apply. Call it 6k for the lot.
What would it have been?
7.
She's, okay, give me a persuasion.
With advantage because of my gobbo.
Oh, not with
time
advantage,
magic.
you've just got the big fat modifier.
Okay.
I think that's how it works.
I got 27. Would you like me to add to it? With a D, I can add a D10 to that.
She says, yes, I suppose that's fair, given I've already asked you to keep an eye on the Helix Hedera for me. Of course, if you were to undertake any subterfuge of your own, I would be happy to provide poisons at an extremely discounted rate.
And I'll ask, and where might these Helix Hedera gang be hiding?
She says, this is the issue I face myself, is that...
What's her name,
Hey.
sorry?
Thalia Blackthorn.
She says,
Talia.
she says, when I was part of the gang, they moved throughout the pit. We were a nomadic gang, which makes us incredibly hard to pin down on our pursuit for the dark arts. Now, this is part
And do these dark arts come from an intellectual magic or a celestial spirit?
Can you give me another persuasion, actually?
21, do you want me to answer it?
Yeah, do it. So I wouldn't say it's an outright fail, but you can add to it to get more info.
26.
Okay, yeah, nice. I was looking for 20 to 25 sort of range anyway. So she says, well, I suppose if you're going to be helping me in any way, additional information can't hurt. The Helix Hedera are in pursuit of an ancient alchemical recipe. It's rumoured to be here in Squall's End. Yeah, the true effects of it are unknown.
Guess his ears prick up to that.
She says the true effects of it are unknown, but it's rumoured that you could even be granted immortality. However, I believe this could be a little far-fetched. Either way, that is what they seek, or, well, what I once sought myself before I realised the futility in it. But now I have the Helix Hedera on my back.
And how do you know they're on your back? Have you seen them watching you? Seen any signs?
Before I was able to set up the apothecary here, when I first left, they were not overly pleased. They tried to end any outside knowledge of what they had been up to, but fortunately for them, I'm more slippery than I look. I was managed to escape and have since set myself up here in the apothecary. Of course, I'm sure you can imagine there is all manner of enchantments that would prevent the Helix Hedera from finding my location.
Must be a powerful mage indeed to survive on your own in this city without no protection.
She says, indeed. Well, Fortunately up here, although I am somewhat averse to their presence, I can't deny the Crimson Company have worked in my favour in many ways to keep it a little bit less hectic.
And with that, as she says Crimson Company, Enoch spits on the ground and says, "Pah! Nothing more than a jumped up slasher gang in fancy crimson. They're just extortionists, and they're keeping the pit folk down so the surface folk can continue to extort the rest of you."
She says, yes, well, you are brave for saying so, and I'll advise you say such things in hushed tones out of this apothecary, for you'll have them tearing up your documentation at first chance they get if they hear such words.
Can I make? How does she react? Other than be careful. Do I sense that she like?
You can give me an insight.
9.
Okay, with a 9, you'd see that she is like. You see that there's a little bit of a slight kind of initial aversion.
Okay.
You get the sense that she's not in complete disagreement, but
Okay.
you can't imagine she wouldn't. So
Okay, cool. Alright. Fair enough. Cool. I'll spend my 6 gold, 6,000 gold. What do my poison?
okay, yeah. So you've got that the fireball potion. You can drink it,
Yeah.
and it will allow you to cast one fireball that is essentially 2 fireballs in one.
Okay.
And the wyvern poison will be like just a regular potent poison.
And are they fireballs like the 66 fireballs
Yeah. So 2 of them basically.
at level 4?
I think they're at level 3 base.
Okay.
So yeah, at that level basically.
Whatever it is, basically.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
And the wyvern poison, it will inflict. I reckon it will inflict dot damage, and will also I would say probably even on a failed save, on a like successful save, it will inflict damage and stun them, and on a failed save, it would still give them the poison condition, but not necessarily damage them.
Okay. And what's the save?
Let's make it a 17 Constitution.
Sure.
An expensive poison like that.
And what is the damage? Like,
Let's
maybe Ali. What's a
powerful,
Powerful
a relatively powerful poison damage. Go maybe like 5d8 or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't think I've made any just poisons before, so let me have a look on that.
5d8 poison damage. Con save 17. Alright, 217. Con save 17, and then on a fail save, it's just poison, no damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a basic
Oh,
poison.
successful stun them for a round as well.
A basic poison is 1d6 plus my proficiency, but I can make up to, just like making a sort of a slightly more rare one, I could make it up to 3d6 plus my proficiency. So that gives you an idea.
So the one of the things I described as well earlier is when you came in is that all of the like walls and everything of the apothecary, they're all behind these like iron vault glass
Yeah, I
cabinets.
assume stealing stuff wasn't
Which,
an option here. even think I was not trying it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't describing
No.
I was just to describe, but all the glass is like really like fogged over, but behind it you can see all these little like glowing lights kind of coming through from different ingredients and poisons. You see she kind of goes over and she's got this huge ring of different keys, and she kind of opens one cabinet up and grabs you this poison.
Mm-hmm.
See the wyvern one is in kind of like the bottle itself is in like the shape of a scorpion stinger.
Okay.
And it's got this green liquid in which is just like bubbling, and if you hold it up to your ear you can always hear it hissing.
Nice.
And the fire potion is just in like a glass, like a normal spherical glass sort of beaker, and inside it, it's just like a cloud of black sooty glass. Basically, you see the outside of the glass is all like stained with black, but you can see these little mini spark detonations going off within the bottle itself.
That's
kind
cool.
of like popping off around it.
Alright, cool.
So yeah.
To finalise our business, I would like to have some worm tongue petals, some lavender sprigs, and also, if you have any, some primordial balm.
And some elemental water.
So
Is primordial balm rarer than the others?
it's more rare, yeah, and the price on the table I've got is between 40 and 100 gold.
Okay.
I'm assuming she's going to want to charge more. But for those other ones, they're common ingredients, they're up to 15 gold each.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to?
So,
Do you want me to try and negotiate for you?
yeah, okay, so no, because her and I have done honest business so far.
Negotiating is still honest, mate.
You got a nat 20 on a persuasion earlier.
I've
Fine.
got
Oh, fine.
I've
Yeah,
got it
yeah.
under control, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
You need harm.
that would come to, in total for the things that I want according to my table, will come to 190 gold.
Okay, nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously understanding that Squall's End things are a little bit more expensive, I'll offer her 200 gold for it.
Okay, sure, yeah. We'll continue off the back of your previous success, giving you to this mini sort of semi-relationship. And she says, "Yes, I could go for 200 gold."
Thank you kindly. Cool.
And with that, she says, "Thank you all for your business here today. I hope to see you again." And with that, she goes back to her fervent grinding. Fervent. Anyway, so I'm heading off to the last drop.
Yeah.
I feel like I should change the name now. But I should.
It's great. It's really good.
Final
great.
drop.
How many pubs have the same name?
Yeah, true.
One more drop.
Yeah, one drop, please.
An ultimate drop.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it, we'll just treat it like it is just a reference. You can have references and stuff. It's an Easter egg. Really obvious.
There you go.
I think it's incredibly it gives me such a clear picture of what it looks like. And
Yeah,
I think it's
same.
I think it's nice.
Okay,
I think it's a cool one as
Still
well.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I will, yeah. Yes. You meet a man
That's
called
exactly what it
Dover.
is.
You meet Timo.
There is a big thing in especially like young teenage DMs and stuff who are like just getting into DMing stuff. There's loads of stuff about like people who just have loads of like characters from games and films and stuff in. I think I'd ever really want to do that, but it's kind of funny what they do if you like coming across a Geralt or something.
Yeah.
When you're on Sims as a kid and you just make shit from real life.
Yeah, literally. I'll flip it all up. So okay, so you make your way through the streets. The last drop isn't too far from this apothecary, and you know it's this pretty large building really that you can see is propped up in all manner of ways. And by this point, it's almost the vast majority of it hangs over the edge of the pit. And from outside, it's relatively unassuming. The building's much larger than all others in the area, but once you step in, you can see that there's all manner of dealings and conversations scattered around this large room. There's a large number of tables and little pockets and corners to hide in, and there's a thick, heavy scent of load stick smoke, which is just thick and present throughout the air. Kind of glowing through the smoky gas as well. You just see these like muted glow of candles which just shine through the smoke. There's a great number of sort of chatter. It's not really a jolly atmosphere in here. It's relatively dark, but at the same time, there are people who are getting pretty drunk around the place as well, who are just through their mannerisms just liven up the actual movement in the bar itself. As you look around the place, your eyes inevitably fall on this large, incredibly tall bloke behind the bar. This is presumably Grizz that Enoch would have told you about.
As you will have as you're walking in, you don't. I don't say anything, but you just notice was he not with us? As I've especially in this open area where there's like lots of different clans, I'll have be just blending into your shadows and your coattails to avoid being seen.
Mm.
Is there a ranger in the corner with his hood up?
Yeah, you see there's 3 halflings enamored with a pint.
Enoch steals.
Yeah, this
one
is just
ring.
the Easter egg place.
Looking like Ezio, Fisher.
And someone playing some Ubisoft games. Yeah, so you see this very tall bloke. You see that he's kind of got this heavy underbite, and just through the shape of his jaw and stuff,
What is he? Sorry.
A werebear.
So he's a werebear, but he's a bloke at the moment. And you see he's almost got this slight underbite with kind of enlarged canines, not quite poking out the top, but you can see the imprint of them.
He's got quite a lot of scars visible on his exposed flesh.
He's riddled with cuts and scars. This is something that Enoch might have told you about, as well as that part of him getting to the point where he has so regularly been torn to shreds for information and stuff like that he just has never relinquished. So he's got this reputation for you just can't get stuff out of him unless he wants to tell you. So that's why he's, and he wears the scar,
and when he escapes,
to show you that
he'll
he will go through
bring a
anything
noise.
to keep secrets and stuff like that.
Just try torturing him. I reckon that'd be breaking.
Your truth circle.
Yeah, we've got some tricks up there.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that horrible session you all made me go through? It was before your time when we were all fucked up in at Hayden's, and there were some guys you needed some information from, and there were like 3 guys, and you each had a room with them and did the most horrific torture. I don't think I was there for that. Yeah, you were. What? Yeah, I think you were.
Electu was getting involved.
No, it wasn't Electu. It was Shaka.
I wasn't.
No, I played like 2 sessions of Shaka.
I never played.
If that, it might have just been
Aiden
one.
was there.
Was this just a bad dream that you had?
No, I remember it.
Fergus looks very suspicious there.
I definitely remember the session. I'm trying to remember if you were there.
There was a thing.
Yeah,
no, you
it
were
was.
there because there was at one point you killed somebody and then you revivified them to torture them more, and there was no one else you could revivify other than a druid.
Remember them being strung up and they're stabbing him.
No memory.
Yeah, my hands are clean.
Yeah.
I swear I only had 1 session. It was when we
No,
fought
you
that
had
day.
more than one with Shaka.
I don't think I did.
It got pretty mashed every time, so
Oh.
it's probably blurs into
Sorry,
one.
before we leave the apothecary, I've got a mysterious potion of Lord Asthodon's horn and elemental water. Would this person be able to identify it?
So telepathically, Gesh would have suggested to maybe not tell her about it.
Okay.
But you do you, boo.
Okay. Why?
Because it's fucking evil and we want to keep it a secret and have someone identify it that we can trust.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably good advice. It's also something that would go more down probably an academic route.
Sure.
And and in fairness, knowing this person was part of Elixidera and their desire for.
I didn't realise it was that evil. Fair enough.
Communicating with Enoch telepathically as well. Now that we've gone into
Enoch
gone into the last drop, are we turning in for the night here?
This is definitely a safe environment as any in Squall's End. I think it's wise that we make us a base here until we can get some more discreet lodgings out of the way.
Well, while we are here, we will be on our guard on your behalf. But I will retire. And with that,
I appreciate that, Gesh, but there's an old friend that you really should meet.
And before that as well,
a drink then.
You kind of hear this raised voice. You say, "Damn it! You have to hand it over!" And you see that a few people kind of look over, but most people just ignore it. And
Not bothered.
And you see Grizz is looking over with a pretty stern expression, and you see there's a dragonborn woman who's just sat on one side of the table and she's just crying basically, and there's another guy who's holding this like sort of curved dagger like right under her chin, and Grizz just kind of looks to the people who have just walked in, and he says, "Don't recognise you lot. Get him out of here."
And I will telepathically reach out to Grizz and say, "That's no way to treat an old friend, Grizz."
He says, "You just hear back it because presumably you can communicate back with your."
He can communicate back. Yeah.
He just says, "Don't think I didn't notice she's slinking in there, mate."
Oh, please. If I'd wanted to be silent, you wouldn't have known.
He says,
Good to see you again, old friend.
"Says you too. Now, get your buddies together and get that bastard out of here."
Consider it done.
Okay, so yeah, what'd you do?
I guess I will stealth.
Have we heard this as well?
Well, I could have maintained contact with 3.
I mean, you could.
Maybe if like in the moment, maybe I'll say I'll break it off and just talk to Riz.
Then as we approach, you then communicate it telepathically to us.
Or maybe even just them, or maybe you going over to do something.
Yeah, I mean, like, so as I walk over, I'm like, just like, not even whispering. I'm just
a
like,
couple of little hand signals. Yeah.
So yeah. So you guys are.
I'd say as I approach, I'll sort of cast thaumaturgy to sort of be perceived as more intimidating and growing in stature.
Okay.
And with my, I've rolled a 24 for my stealth.
Sure, yeah, slinking through tables.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him and press my knife into his balls, and while keeping my like hat very low down like that, I'm gonna say, "You might want to rethink your approach, friend. No one threatens anyone in the last drop."
You just hear this, him from the other side. You just go, "The bitch owes us money."
A level of decency can be composed in a tavern, though. This is where all come to seek rest.
And you see.
Guest screams at him.
He kind of looks up to you and he says, "What are you going to do about it?" And he kind of looks down. You see that he looks a bit nervous, but he's a Dragonborn guy as well, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, so he doesn't have balls.
Yeah.
Fuck! Can I make it a dagger?
Instead of dagger there, he goes,
Being a Dragonborn, can I have a go just at doing intimidation? See how it goes? Yeah.
So I think at this point I'm
Oh
shape...
no! I rolled another nat 20.
No.
"Hey, nice."
Yeah, I'm just going to shape into like a Doberman or something just to give
Okay.
you
Oh,
some
sick,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
atmospheric
Maybe
sound.
the rat,
Sort
like-
of growling like at your feet. Like,
I'm picturing the rat like jumps off, goes into the
Slinks,
shadows,
and
like
then-
emerges
yeah,
as like
yeah.
a like sort of. I mean, as a Doberman, but when like you first see Sirius in the.
Oh,
in the-
yeah,
the bunny
yeah.
train, it just kind of emerges out.
Come on then, thaumaturgy with a nat 20. That's got to have some.
Okay, yeah. What'd you say?
No way to compose yourself.
Oh, that's
Tavern,
sure.
That's all.
He goes, all right. Let's not be hasty here. This lady here does owe me a lot of money, though.
And there'll be plenty of time for you to connect it tomorrow, after we've all had a nice night's rest. Sleep on it. Think about the consequences of your actions, and how lucky you just were. Out.
With that, he just like puts the dagger, sheaths it around his hip, and you just kind of like, but maybe probably sheath in his boot. Actually, I think that's called. He sheaths it in his boot, and you see that he just kind of like begrudgingly gets up, and as he walks out, he just says,
I'll be walking very close behind him.
"Sure." He's
Accompanying him.
He sort of goes to say to the woman, he goes to say, "You got lucky this time," something. But as he does, maybe you like shove him out the door or something.
Yeah. And sort of very gently, just a little bit of fire comes up. Just as I'm for a bit of flavour.
Sure. I would say as well, one of the things you maybe noticed on this guy is that he, on his body, it's hard to say whether it's like scars or markings
Is
or
this
like a
Grizz
tattoo
or
or
what?
no, the Dragonborn that you
Yeah.
just
What
kicked out.
clan was he?
So he's a blue dragonborn, and you'd suspect he's part of the Storm Gators.
Okay.
And on his
Another guy.
body, he's kind of got these markings that almost look like a path of lightning sort of thing. Just where he's got exposed flesh, so it's just sort of on his hands and up his neck. Otherwise, he's kind of clad in leather armour and a cloak. And yeah, you boot him out, and there's just this woman who's just at this table, just crying, basically.
Enoch will throw 3 gold pieces down on her table and say, there, love, it's all right.
So is she Dragonborn as well? Yeah. Okay.
There, love, it's all right.
As she's
Here's
crying.
some money for safe lodgings, at least for tonight, and hopefully time to sort out whatever debt you owe.
She says, "Oh, thank you. I thought I'd be safe here, but they've taken my husband. Can you help? Can anyone help?"
Just sort of start like nuzzling her and being,
You kind of just feel like a not reserved. What's the word? Like a relinquished hand, just kind of like subconsciously stroking behind your head.
I'd say that maybe after Gesh ushers the perpetrator out, he probably wouldn't have necessarily gone over to engage in this conversation. He might have gone to the bar to greet Grizz.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not part of this chat.
So yeah, she just says, "Is there anything you can do?"
That depends on who they were, what you owe, and what you can offer us in return.
She says, "Well, my husband, we were traders. We came down from the Bannister Mountains, but clearly he'd gotten tangled up with these storm gazers or whoever they are. They said that he owed them some money or something like that. And before I knew it, after we'd got here, they'd beaten him up and taken him away, and they beat me too. I'd heard about the last drop and came here, but they found me demanding payment.
Slow down, love. First off, what's your name? Could you just open the door and get out my burrito, please? Wonderful.
He's ordered that off and they just knock on the window now.
Yeah. What were we talking?
You said, "What's your name?"
Oh yeah, what's your name?
He says,
What's your name?
I'm Dressic, but it's my husband, Luke. I just want him back."
Alright. And do you know what he got mixed up in? Why he's been mixed up in them?
No idea. He said that we were gonna earn lots of money, that we'd be set for life by coming here. I didn't want to come, but clearly he knew something or knows something.
And were you transporting anything different from what you normally bring in?
Not as far as I knew, but now that you mention it, he seemed a little secretive on the journey down. But I assumed he was just nervous or something.
sorry, at this point I think I would slink up, but I'll say to Enoch, like, I'm going to go follow that guy and see if I can catch the guy's trail and stuff.
Okay, cool, nice, yeah.
Yeah, perhaps without like a
Sure.
maybe cast pass without trace on two of us as well as we go.
Yeah, well, why don't you both give me stealths with the addition of the 10. Yeah.
Either of you, what you do?
I'd probably stay behind and console this woman and try and get some more information.
So are you sort of sitting down with them, or are you observing, or what?
Yeah, I mean, Balana's like super uncomfortable in sports end. She'd probably be generally taking a back seat, but seeing somebody in distress, she'd probably sit next to her and kind of put an arm around her. And
Yeah, probably one of your sort of few chances to like
make it
paladin.
a nicer place.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 and then I was like, fuck it, I used my inspiration point and I rolled a 4.
Nice.
So 14, I got 14 for stealth. What did you?
I
With
got
the extra
35 with 10.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, you know, the passive perception won't be that high on this guy, and he's at the moment probably a little bit frazzled and not overly seeking stuff out. So I'd say 14, probably just about stealth. Maybe there's a couple of close counters where Core are you in your dog form?
Yeah.
Occasionally having to like ferry you down an alleyway to some certain points and stuff like that, but in general you're able to keep you cover.
Fucking useless
And I say to the lady, what is her name?
My name's Dressic.
Look, Dressic, you're gonna have to give us a bit more. How much do you owe them? You must know that.
Yes, he was asking for tens of thousands of gold, but I don't know, we have nothing like that, and they took our wagon as well that we brought down.
It's not a small thing that you're asking, Dressic.
I know, I just, in all honesty, there's not much I can offer you other than, I'm sure whatever they had interested in with Luke, he must have had something. I'm sure he'd give it to you if you helped him.
And where are you staying?
She says, well, he said that he'd sorted somewhere out for us to stay, but he never told me where, so I've come here. I'm staying here for now. I've heard it's the only safe place here.
And do you know where he is?
Well, presumably wherever the Stormgaters have taken him. I don't know where their hideout is. I'm sorry, I know this. I know I'm not giving you much to go off here.
Look, I can't make any promises, Dressic, but what I can say is, if I'm in the area and the opportunity arises, I won't cast a blind eye.
She says, oh, well, even that's enough. These are the first kind words I've heard since I've arrived in Squall's End. I can't thank you enough. Do you know, will I be safe here?
That depends on whether the gangers are brave enough to come back here. We scared some off this time, but I would certainly keep your distance and stick to the darkest shadows of this place. There's more than enough of them to go around.
She says, yes, well, I hail from the Banaskia Mountains. I'm not adverse to danger. I'll do whatever I must to make it work here, but I need to get Luke back.
Well, we'll try our best, but sounds like he did get himself mixed up in some bad business.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna have a drink.
Would Polana be like reassuring her in any way or anything?
Yeah. I said that I'm there, kind of just in the back seat.
Oh yeah, you were trying to literally be as incognito as possible, weren't you? Yeah, fair.
Yeah, because even Polana being like outwardly nice in the way that she'd probably want to be, in her mind probably draw unwanted eyes potentially. Okay, so
You can be nice, and there's good people here as well.
I doubt it.
Polana doesn't know that though.
she's on edge.
Everyone that I've seen so far has been a cunt.
Warford guys seem chill.
Do they have no
Game buddies.
emotions?
No, they've got emotions. They've got a soul.
Yeah.
Gingers have souls. Gingers do have souls. Okay, so you guys following this guy. So you kind of
Good shout.
you follow him for a little while. He kind of takes a couple of back alley routes. You see he's kind of like flustered and pissed off as he's walking, kind of like, you know, kind of like barges into someone as you're walking past some weakened addict-looking person. He's sort of throwing his weight around. You've managed to follow him for a little while, managing to stay incognito.
Fuck it, I'll cast Detect Thoughts as well.
Okay, sure. Does that?
If I'm
Do
far
they?
enough away from him.
They find that though, don't they? They realise Detect Thoughts gets happened on them. Either way, the target knows you are probing its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use an action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by intelligence check if it succeeds spell ends. So it will know, but
Does it know during? Yeah, it must do.
It can
no,
sense
no,
you
so
mind
it-
traping him.
yeah. So basically, it sends you in its mind, and then if it fails the intelligence check, so here it target has to make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any. And if it succeeds,
The spell ends.
the spell ends. It says either way, the target knows your probing mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check, and if it succeeds, the spell ends. So even though it knows, you will still get its thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's not like he will know and then change his thoughts.
No, but I think for the sake of staying stealth, because we don't want him to not go where he's going. Together.
Maybe as we're still a mile away, we're
It's probably not a bad idea. I mean, why don't you follow him and see where things go?
We're still.
maybe I'd say there's a Squall's End tradition. People. Gang. Yeah, there's a Squall's End tradition. People. If they go to sleep, they can't see you, and stuff like that happens all the time in the back alleys. Do with that information what you will.
They go to sleep. They can't.
So yeah, you've got that information, but either way, you follow him for a while.
Yeah, let's see if I...
So you find that before you get to you're kind of watching him from behind one building. He gets to the edge of the pit, and you see that there's a Crimson Company checkpoint at the edge of the pit, and you see that he begins rifling through his pockets for documentation, which he then presents to somebody, and they check it, and he begins to go through.
Yeah.
Would you like to find a way to follow him through? Or do you
Yeah,
wanna-
I'd probably follow him through.
You have papers, don't you?
I have, yeah.
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 Okay, alright. I'll meet you on the other side.
Okay.
So do
Cool. Yeah. Well, I approach the checkpoint on my own.
you. Sorry,
Great.
mate.
I know.
All right, mate. Hand over your papers.
And I ruffle about, but sort of again in a very nonchalant way. Would I have to do some kind of performance, because I think Gesh would be uncomfortable, but he'd be trying to play it off that it's just like nothing. Just
I think Gesh is competent enough to just do a check. Because you're not doing anything.
no, I'm not. I'm just passing through. Yeah, with papers. Yeah.
Just like using a fake ID, you know.
Yeah, cool. Present them to him.
He goes, yeah. Alright, checks out on your way. Meanwhile, you've gone into another animal or something, and then emerges another one, and continue to follow him. And you see that he begins walking down one of the many sort of gangplanks that descend further down into the pit.
Sorry, just as we're going, I'll say, Enoch, we've passed the checkpoint and we're heading into the pit.
And with that, I say, shit, I'm on my way, and I'll hurry out and maybe just say to, Alana and Dorwin that we might be needed, and we'll kind of, pit is a dangerous place for a first timer.
Indeed, I am feeling somewhat uncomfortable. My only companion
I am nowhere to be seen.
has disappeared into a plant. Is it still? Is it night time now?
Yeah.
I just pictured that you just turned into a bat then.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And as you kind of slink along, he kind of takes a relatively abrupt turn and goes into one of the narrow cavern alleyways that he's walked past several.
Should you have to make another stealth now that she's not helping you?
It was my pass without trace,
Oh yeah.
but I didn't roll very well. Could I maybe make an active perception?
Yeah, what are you perceiving?
Just
Danger.
whatever might be ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make a perception check. I'll tell you what you see.
Okay. 15.
Okay, sure. Also, I rule that once you're stealth, you're more or less stealth.
Yeah,
Because that's generally what we do.
Unless I'm engaging with him, yeah.
You'd see that as you kind of walk down this gangway and peer around the...
Just from him making an abrupt turn, as if he's almost at his destination sort of thing. That's why, as if he's like approaching it.
Oh, he's not.
Oh.
But He's just turning into down an alleyway.
Okay, fine.
But I'll just describe the general things you see. So, as you look
20
sort of down
spears
into
pointed
the
at your face.
as you look down into the eyes of an old, you look down into the pit and you can now see that it's just this network of wooden and metal gangplanks and walkways hung up with suspension wires and jutting out scaffolding. As you're kind of looking down, there's lights of all different kinds just scattered throughout the pit on all of these walkways and everything everywhere. Something that really catches your eye is just deep in the centre of the pit is this, quite far down, you can just see the outline of the obsidian gate, which is kind of suspended through various huge cables that join all the way onto the wall. This meteor that's been described to you many times by Enoch is now, you're now seeing in its full form. In terms of where this guy's slunk down, you see that there's been a number of various alleyways. Some of them are really small that you wouldn't be able to fit down, but have comings and goings and as goblins and stuff kind of skitter out of them head into other areas. You're kind of having to, this high up and like on the surface of the pit, you're kind of having to like occasionally muscle around and through people a little bit. And as he takes this turn, you kind of zip round to see where he's going, and he kind of pops in, and in this corridor, which kind of winds and weaves its way through the earth. There's all these wooden shacks and buildings that kind of line the edges, almost like a bazaar. And there's these sort of like, it's almost like a night market. There's people are peddling goods, and there's little dealings going on, and a whole plethora of diverse characters that are all involved with one another. You see that as he turns around, he kind of stops off for a minute and buys some kind of skewer off somebody, and has a little altercation regarding the price, and reluctantly hands over some silver.
Can I say, as he's doing that, well, obviously I'm waiting in the shadows for him to move on, I'll sort of telepathically say to Rudy, I'll say, Rudy, please return to me.
So you can't talk to me, I'm afraid.
Oh, I thought that we could.
We've sort of
we're
extended
just
the
brushing
rules.
over that.
Yeah.
Alright, I sort of flat back over to you.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe not if it's outside. Or maybe not if it's outside my aura.
But if
Or-
you're,
Oh, yeah,
on,
fine.
say if you're like on your way to,
I am.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You're
I've
within a
transformed.
mile.
I've transformed into a bat as well, and
Oh yeah, with your back.
back like the batty.
And
So I'm on my way.
sure.
We don't know what lies ahead, and I cannot go it alone.
Something to say?
No.
Oh, sure.
I'll carry you, Frodo.
And you guys continue muscling your way through, kind of following this guy, and after a little while, this second back kind of flitters over, which you go to bash off you before Enoch warns you it's here.
I've got Rudy and Enoch. So that'd be a fucking flex. That would be walking through a
Two
night
small
with
bats.
two flat bats on my
What
shoulder.
a flex.
Two pistrels.
Sick. Imagine them a bit more sort of vampire-ish. They've got this sort of kind of physical fangs, you know.
Yeah, big bats.
Yeah,
And
goat bats.
Big batties.
You continue to follow him for about 15-20 minutes as he goes down a couple of different paths and emerges back out onto the edge of the pit for a minute and kind of crosses over onto the other side, well, not fully the other side,
Just
but
across
a
a
bit of a diagonal. And he goes once again into another one of these caverns. And as you're following him along, you're beginning to like notice that the people are there's like more seedy people around. And you're starting to notice there's you go through certain areas where there's these various people who are just dosed up on Obscura, just kind of lolling around on the floor, and little areas where there's like cushions spread out and things like that.
I'm just imagining Shimmer now off Arcane.
Yeah, to be fair, that was James's idea, so I didn't even steal that one. But I stole it off James. But you eventually follow him to this sort of heavy metal door, which has these two other Dragonborn stood out front. There's a black one and a red one.
Yeah.
And you see that they've similarly got these same sort of markings, these erratic markings on their body. And you see that from a distance, you kind of watch them a little bit. Give me a stealth now. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, let's hang on.
So Pass Without Traces lasts an hour. So
Yeah.
19.
Okay, nice.
Oh, not fucking hell! I've been doing it wrong. I got a 21 before, and I've just got a 24 because I wasn't adding from the actual skill. I wasn't adding the addition to
I
it.
see. Okay, fine. Well, in that case, you've been moving a lot more fluidly through the crowd.
No,
And,
it's just being a clumsy twat. It's fine.
And give me, what was your perception earlier? 19?
I got a 16 earlier.
Okay, sure. You just overhear, just in Dragonborn, you just hear, hey, you've not been followed or anything. And you see that he kind of looks around between you, and you just not even moving from where you were. The pass without trace just means that people, whenever he looks, people just happen to sort of walk past you just as he looks, kind of thing. You see that he turns back and they mutter a few words, and he goes and they open the gate and he walks in. This is literally just like imagine like a cavern wall. There's literally just like a heavy metal door that's just.
Do we hear him say a particular password or anything of any kind?
No, you don't hear a password or anything like that.
No, they just recognise him.
Okay.
Shall
Keep in mind they've got these markings, which will be part of it.
Enoch, do you know where we are?
Well, we're in the upper pit levels.
Mob rule.
Yeah, mob ruled. My best get is the blue. The Stormgators are a subsidiary gang of the mob, a wider extortive gang that exists in the upper pit. Seems like we should go and scope it out, really?
Right. Can you see any other way into the? Is it a building or like a?
It's literally just like imagine like a cave.
So
wall
like
with a door
rock
in
and then
it.
a door.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay.
Can we flip through the opening as bats before it?
Yeah, give me just a straight dexterity. Keep in mind you've got to be a bat.
Yeah.
As you're sort of communicating that you're going to do this, go careful. It's just the two of you now.
A straight dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When you're a bat, are you a bat or are you?
I'm a
do you use
bat,
a
but
bat?
I retain my characteristics.
Yeah.
You've got to use your bat stats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bat'd have good
What
dex.
is the-
Bat'd
what's
have well
the-
good dex, surely.
The bat dex is 15.
No, sorry, that's just like it's +2. That's like an example
Oh, right.
of what you. Yeah.
So we have just a +2 for a flat dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not a save, is it? Is it?
Just a dex roll.
Oh.
What you got?
20.
Okay, nice.
12.
12. Okay, so
Just hit the wall.
yeah. So Enoch, you're able to flit it through.
Okay.
Rudy, you're left behind.
Yeah, fair enough.
And does it have a different modifier for its saving throw?
It doesn't say on this.
Does it not have saving throws just underneath? Like what if it's got any special saving throws?
It just has the.
We're all here, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, as in I've told
When you said they needed.
I've told them and they were
Oh no, because they
presumably
wouldn't have been able to get through the checkpoint.
well.
No, I
you need
thought
to maybe roleplay that now.
Oh, I assume they would stay behind.
I thought when you said
Yeah. I said I've
Sorry.
transformed into a bat, so I could just bypass this thing. But I guess we should have done then to see. If
Oh,
they
I
get
assumed
through
you
the
two were
checkpoint.
staying in the tavern.
I was gonna say I'd probably stay with the woman.
Yeah.
Because she's like pretty petrified.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go out in this scary place. It's like a safe bar. I'm happy here. You
Not
know?
at night.
Yeah. Well, I was telling
When I heard that, I would have followed, to be fair.
Okay, sure.
you would have followed.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
safe.
alright. I mean, you can probably spell your way through the checkpoint.
Yeah, I've got a million ways to get through.
Just expend a spell slot.
What would Dorwin have done?
Probably invisibility.
Oh, fair.
yeah, I was gonna say
Like, or just Misty Step or just command or Misty Step or fly or teleportation circle. Fuck, my cool and Chris.
No way back.
Just stop slowly.
Khazal! Did you say Khazal as well?
Yeah. And I just as you teleport, I'll be like, just check in with Poirus.
Your Uber is here. Okay, sure. So, yeah, well, what are you wanting to do something with this door as well?
How is it closing?
Slowly.
But under what mechanism?
A man pushing it.
Oh, okay.
Would you say it's a fully sealed door?
Well, hang on, no, but
Something like a
Dorwin
cockroach.
might be
Oh,
doing
no,
something
you
that
can
might
cockroach
alter
you.
your dexness.
I'll very slowly catch up with you.
Well, it's too late. She made the check. Don't worry about it.
How did
Well,
she
but if
fail?
you were there,
I mean, she said she's turning into a
Yeah.
cockroach anyway to get into the door.
Carry on.
What are you gonna do? Do you want to get
Teleport
into, or are you gonna chill again?
No, I'm not trying to get in. I'm trying to help her get in.
Oh,
thank you
fine,
very
She's
much.
got it. That's fine.
Okay.
To look at some stats.
for a cockroach.
Cockroach stats.
Charisma 15.
I'm sorry, yeah, a bat should surely have a higher dex than 15. Bats are so dexterous.
Yeah, but
They
like,
like
They are
catch.
blind.
actually not. But
Oh, yeah.
you could.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but you know, you can swap one with relative ease.
And it's also it's got echolocation.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
What's that? Like?
What's that?
Yeah, fair. You can find echoes. Okay, so you. Oh, I think there's one over there.
Oh, no,
Okay, yeah. So you're cockroaching through. You're just sort of rustling Dorwin's bald head, his invisible head. Be like, come on, mate.
And yeah, I'll say like we'll try and find a way for you to get in if we need you.
Yeah, and I'll mutter to Dorwin. I'll say, "Come on, Dorwin, come up with something."
Sure. They followed this guy in here. Okay.
Into their base.
Sure, and they've just
2 Dragonborn guards at the door.
And there's a bat and a cockroach inside currently, and soon to be a giant hulking dragonborn. I'm new.
I've not yet been.
Just drawn lightning on me.
Yeah. I'll just take one of my. I'll take one of my herbs out.
Oh my god! Yeah. Can I make Gesh blue? Oh, I'm in.
He doesn't have to be blue,
I wanted to make him a blue dragonborn.
but there's all. I mean,
The guy that gave was black and red.
Oh right, okay, fine. Yeah,
I could like roll up some of my herbs and like rub them on my face or
Some of
something.
the
to try.
lightning strikes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
I'm the new guy.
As you slink through as a cockroach, you over. Oh, do you speak Dragonborn?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe you might overhear it from where you are. Give me a new perception. Sure. Taking the chance just to listen to any information that they might.
15.
15. Okay, sure. You just hear one of them say. Bear with a minute. You just hear one of them say. That skull storm packs a punch, doesn't it? And he goes, yeah, it's still hurting a bit. He goes, don't worry, you get used to it.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys thinking, and you're immediately greeted with just kind of like a relatively narrow walkway.
All I was going to ask is, with that perception, can I perceive at all any kind of physical effects that this skull storm may have had on them? Like, is it like cocaine?
So I mean, from what you've heard. Why don't you give me a what skills are there? Give me an Arcana.
Sure. 19.
19.
Damn.
want to knock out these guards.
So
Get the other two in, or do we want to just scout around?
I think let's carry on what we're doing. They can figure their own way.
so you.
Yeah, we can knock the guards.
So
No, I'm just-
with a
I'm just asking
19,
you, what do you wanna
you
do?
would.
I think let's.
You're not sure
No,
what
I can't.
Skullstorm
Really,
is,
knocking
but based on like what he's
I'm
talking
not
about,
tight
saying,
on
"Oh
it.
yeah, but you get
Oh, I
used to
smell
it,"
it.
you might assume that it's linked to that lightning effects they have on their
Yeah,
body.
it's the storm
Yeah,
gators.
okay.
So it's potentially something to do with that, and based on how that guy was talking and the man was talking back to him, it sounds like some
Storm
element of
down
initiation. Or something.
With it being an arcana, do you think there'd be any way that Dawn might know
Yeah, I know.
about this skull storm, this drug or something that they've just...
Whatever it is. Well, I mean, if you could ask him.
Yeah. Dorwin, my keen ears have presented me with them talking of this skull storm. I reckon it messes with their jowls in some way and affects the lightning breath abilities that they have, or maybe the abilities of different coloured dragonborns now being able to produce lightning breath. Is it anything that you might know anything about?
I've not heard of it. I've not heard of anything by the name Skullstorm, but perhaps it's a colloquial name for something we don't know anything about.
You give me an Arcana check as well.
Would I know anything about Skullstorm?
You give me this is something you might be able to remember, so just give me a flat intelligence.
Got 13.
13. Okay, yeah, you're not too sure.
No, I got 2.
Okay, sure, yeah. Nobody knows what Skullstorm is. And yeah, you kind of continue to flitter down as bats following him in this. There's kind of torches lighting up this stony, craggy path in. And he eventually gets to a wooden door which he opens up, and kind of straight in front of you is this relatively small room with a couple of doorways, and you see that there's a couple of people just kind of sat in there, just presumably having their dinner. And can you two both give me stealths?
Using the bat stats,
Bat
can you
stealth.
tell me what they are? So it's just a +2, wouldn't it be for?
You can add your proficiency onto it, which is a. Where is your proficiency?
At the top.
That's
+4.
+4. You can add +4. Are you proficient in stealth?
Let's find out. Yes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, check it. Add a. So +6 to whatever you roll.
Bring it.
Absolutely. 25?
Nice. Okay, cool.
But I retain my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores.
Mhm.
Okay. What am I doing? Stealth.
Yeah,
With
+6.
+6.
20.
Okay, nice. So you were doing this to see if you could avoid being detected as bats. So you kind of slunk in and flitted off around up to the top and are kind of crawling along the edges. And you see that they begin talking to each other in Dragonborn. Do you speak Dragonborn?
No, I do not speak Dragonborn. I
Sure.
speak Common and Goblin and Thieves' Can't. Maybe with my psychic teleport messaging service, I'm gonna I'm gonna have try and recreate the sounds to. And bear in mind that for speech-based performance, I am proficient.
Is this mind-based? You're interpreting speech. We can roll with it.
Yeah.
Go on then. Give me a performance.
I
That's
rolled
a D12.
Thank good for that.
Is it? Oh, is it? Or is it not?
Oh no, it was
It was a 20.
20.
Oh, fine. What was the roll?
Pretty low, like a 4, I think.
Sure.
So a 10, and I can add to it with a D10. So 10 plus 6, 16.
Okay, nice. +4 from the dice, so 20 total. Is that right?
No, 16 total.
Oh, okay, fine. Alright, so, you give it a good shot.
Yeah?
He's relaying some pretty broken Dragonborn to me.
Yeah, and you're able to,
Bordering on racist,
no, that's Enoch adding that in there.
Get this weird sort of Australian twanged Dragonborn, and you're able to infer that they were. It seemed like one of them was asking the other guy if he managed to get Dressic to pay up, and he says he got forced out of the last drop. He also added on a bit saying, I can't believe they sent me there. And then you hear the guy say a name. It's maybe like, it's hard to make out definitely what it was, but it was something like Tuck or Duck or something like that.
Terry.
And they say that person. Yeah, Terry the Duck. They say that person's going to be pissed off, and he just, from what you guys see, he just kind of goes, oh, like that, and kind of rubs his temple.
Terry.
and
Terry is their leader.
he kind of heads through the door on the left.
I will follow him.
Sure.
And how many other people are in this room?
There's about 6 in this room.
6. And are they like, they look like grunts, or are they?
They're pretty thuggish.
Thuggish. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they like having any interesting conversations? Well, I can't understand anything.
I'm
going to follow.
I would say as well what you would know about.
Two not very good people to be listening in and dragging along. Like, we're here.
This is a very us kind of thing.
Yeah.
From your memory, from what you know about the Stormgazers, is that they're a pretty sort of relatively savage group, relatively savage gang, kind of.
Like most mobs.
Yeah, they've kind of managed to get their way to the top more through brutality than necessarily any clever tactics or anything like that.
Okay.
But they're just pretty tough people.
Hey Dorwin, you reckon there'd be any way to lure them from the
I was
door?
going to say, I might mind link to Enoch and say, Enoch, should we try and sneak in, or is it too hot?
I'll say it's pretty hot. There's just a cave tunnel and one room. Difficult to sneak past it, but for you, especially Dorwin, if you can get in whilst remaining invisible, then your translation skills might prove useful.
And can you two both give me perceptions? But let's do it with advantage because you've got bat ears.
We actually kept that on the stat sheet.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you reckon I could use command?
Oh, is this a D20
in this
as well?
case?
Yeah, it is.
Speak a one-word command so a creature can see the range.
With advantage.
And it has to do it on its
Yeah.
next turn.
And then what's the modifier?
If
I
I
rolled
say
15.
enter, can I get him to go inside probably?
For which
Probably, yeah.
Is it
You
a
can't- you can't-
perception is a wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
It's
plus
plus
one.
You can't
16.
subtle spell stuff though,
Perhaps.
unless you've got the thing from the feet or anything like that. But you can if you're willing to
What do you mean about subtle spell stuff?
So the other guy will see you cast a spell basically.
How's he going to see it? Got me hidden?
Yeah, in general, part of the thing is when you can't stealthily cast a spell because of what it entails.
I'll use
You can
subtle
stealthily
spell.
cast something like fog
Focus
cloud,
spell.
but not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. It's only the only reason why that's a rule I tend to stick on is just because subtle spell exists for sorcerers and stuff, and it would make it unfair if they didn't get the bonus from it.
I figured that was more like if you were in view of someone, you could do it without doing anything. But if I'm behind a thing, they're not gonna
Yeah, I mean, it's meant to give sorcerers the opportunity to be stealthing through somewhere and cast a spell. I mean, it's relative. It's D&D, so
otherwise.
yeah. It's situationally dependent. I mean, in this instance, there are quite a few people around and stuff.
Sure.
So
fine. I'll subtle spell it.
Maybe. Well, I could. As your knowledge may be needed
Look at
inside, perhaps I could sacrifice myself and draw them away.
Yeah.
Not necessarily engaging in combat, but certainly distracting them for you to pass through.
I can get us both in, Gesh. Let me try this.
do we want to retcon some stuff and get Polana down here in case something happens? Just so there's something for you to do.
Yeah, can do.
Do you want to just slowly roleplay the conversation with the growing woman?
Yeah. How did you make her feel?
Yeah,
So do something like that.
She's chilled out on bed or something, and you've just followed us.
sure.
After that.
That'd be fucking scary.
Yeah. Do I need to roll if I can
I mean,
find
Ferg, is there anything you could do to get Polana through checkpoints? Or is there any way you can...
I do have invisibility, but I'm not sure if I cast it last time. We haven't had a long rest since last time, have we? No.
Have you only got one?
Not since
Just
we.
one
So
per-
we long rested when we stayed with Esk. That was the last time that we long rested.
Yeah. Did you use invisibility?
But we
to get
haven't.
through
You
the
haven't
first
used
gate?
any spells since then. Oh no, you
To
did
get
when we
through
got
the
to the gate.
gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used it.
I mean, we can say that you were not far behind Dorwin or something and he
Yeah.
did something. What have you got?
Sure. Let's do that. We'll
Can I
say.
give you a potion of invisibility?
Seems like a bit of a waste.
How did Gesh get through?
Do you know?
He's got.
I've got
papers.
papers.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember we all snuck through and then
Alright,
Enoch?
sure.
I mean, you
managed
could
to
have
flag papers.
fucking forged some documents potentially.
Yeah, I've got my illusory script.
I mean, you've got other documents to.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I'll take his and just duplicate it.
Sure, yeah. Alright, what are you calling Polana?
Chodus.
I'll go back to the pub.
You approach the gate and you like get your papers out on nose and you look at it and you're like,
Do I need to like make a roll or something? See if I get
no,
through.
if you've got the I mean, so illusionary script, you can just make a fucking thing, right?
Is it like, can they touch it and stuff?
Yeah, I just make words appear on something that can be written on.
Yeah. And is it,
Anybody want anything while
what? No.
Fine.
What other, if you just read through it, are there any stipulations in terms of checks or anything like that? I can't imagine someone would make a check unless they knew it was.
A creature with true sight can read the hidden message. No, it's.
But it's such a niche spell.
Yeah,
it'd be
there's
cool if it didn't
no
work.
check that it talks about.
Alright,
I mean, it's just a piece of paper with words on, like.
Yeah.
The only
How long does it last?
10 days,
Alright, wait.
and I can cast it once per day.
Nice.
Random.
Oh, I'm gutted. I haven't paid. I've literally been revising so much. I haven't paid any of my hannies.
Big surge.
Yeah, I know. Rather than going on a night out of anything, literally the first thing I'm going to do when I've done my interview is just sit and paint a wall out.
Aren't we 30 years old?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm just
Excited. There's no difference.
not for Dawn.
You got me beverage?
Yeah, it's just there.
Oh.
Did you ever go and see GMT?
Oh,
How was it?
Lit.
Yeah?
Where's Lord
I've heard
Aston?
it really good. Better than the first one.
I'm
Have you got all the good minis upstairs?
No.
I didn't
Check out
think so.
this.
Yeah?
I think I might
Yeah.
show it to you already.
Um,
You have.
I mean,
I
possibly
think they're so
objectively, yes.
Right.
But there was like.
They're like the cap over his
like,
over his
literally a
head
small
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
handful
to
of-
protect him. You know,
I
those
need
sort
to.
of things
I
that,
want to change it to be silver actually.
I didn't.
Let me get through, yeah.
As
Ah.
being
Oh, fuck
suboptimal.
Right.
The first one, I found it hard
You
to
were
find
just
any
into
flaws.
it. Yeah,
like,
okay.
It wasn't as like epic, but like, yeah. It's like insane film.
No, I just
Yeah,
want
yeah,
my
but obviously
beverage.
you can like nitpick at it.
Do you know?
I just remember leaving the first one being like,
I'm gonna properly do that.
I've never heard any.
Did I say
the first thing my friend said to me was
bought some
it
like
was
white
so
oil
loud.
to like properly
Oh
do
my
my
god, it's
like
as loud.
Oh, nice.
You're so sick.
Yeah, no, I want to get to see it.
Yeah, I would like definitely watch it again. In a
When
second.
do you like?
Yeah.
At what point during your week do you usually paint your minis, Jamesy?
After work in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I fully may just like come up here one evening and just sit and like have you like give me tips and tricks and.
Yeah, you
the
can
Black
paint.
Dragon.
You can
I'll
paint.
just come up and hang out.
You can paint the Space Marine.
We've also got those.
No, I need to paint the dragon. I want to come.
Oh,
in
yeah,
and,
fine.
Like be supervised.
We've got a bunch of unpainted shit you can practice on as well.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was saying. Like, it might not be good to go
straight
into like
into
a,
it. Yeah.
especially a big project because
Yeah.
like
We got like we got the bone dungles and like a bunch of random minis.
No, for the fight with Lord Aston. The Black Dragon. Young Black Dragon.
yeah, nice. Okay, so Chodus, you're able to get through and
Chodus.
yeah, that's what.
That's the name I gave him on his forged document.
And you're able to navigate your way.
Sorry, I don't know why that's tickled me so much. It's not even that funny.
You probably be able to catch up to the
I'm
others
just gonna get my
a bit
favourites
sooner on.
Okay.
And yeah, eventually make your way over to Ishtar. Maybe you guys have kind of come back a little bit to planarise.
Sure.
Right. I know that like we'd have told you at this point. There's 2 guards by the front door and then 6 down the corridor.
Cool.
Let's fucking do them.
What are we planarising?
Well, my plan is to command one of the guards to go inside At which point I'll make us invisible. If Gesh casts pass without trace, then we can sneak in while the door's
Still
open.
active. It's still active because it lasts for an hour.
Okay, it doesn't.
Um,
That's the plan.
Or perhaps command him to leave instead of going in, and then us have to potentially deal with him.
But we need to get the door open.
Does it require both of them to open the door?
Did it?
No, just one of them can. But just keep in mind as well that they'll, I think after the spell ends, yeah, I think you, let me just see, the time. Yeah, it doesn't say that it like knows it's
No.
been commanded or anything.
It'll probably just like be like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, oh, that was weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe if they're smart, they can be like, oh shit, that feels like a spell sort of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But also like they've just opened a door.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe
sure.
it's like, they're not like, oh fuck, you've like been broken into, you know?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, yeah.
Close the door.
They're just grunts, aren't they? Well, maybe not.
Should I draw the room they're in?
If you want it, baby.
So, are you, well,
Yeah,
why would we
good.
do that if combat happens? Because you might.
Yeah, we'll
through
see
it
how we
without
get on,
combat. Okay, so, all right. So you kind of step around Dorwin. You do your command.
Yeah.
Are you here as well?
He is.
He's got
Oh, Chodus, yes.
he's got to make a wisdom save of 18.
Okie dokie.
Nice. So I say enter, and his head hears enter, and like turns towards the door. And
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So he kind of. The guy's like kind of talking to him, and you just see kind of like gets this slightly vacant expression
as
from
soon
him.
as I see that happen, I cast invisibility at 4th level and make all 3 of us invisible.
Okay, nice, cool.
Sick.
And as you're all invisible, and when with very, very quiet footsteps will pass without trace, the guy kind of slightly hazy expression turns and opens the door and just walks inside. And
The other guy's probably like, what are you doing, mate?
yeah. He's like, he's in Dragonborn. You just hear like, "Oi, Carl,
Carl.
Where are you going?
what are you doing?" And I mean, you guys give me a stealth anyway, just for the sake of it.
You get plus 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And plus 10 from invisibility as well.
No, you get plus 10 from invisibility.
Oh, fair enough.
20.
That's what I did.
30.
I thought you did.
Nice.
What was
19.
invisible then?
Okay, awesome.
The stealth
Did you add your
thing
10?
to get in order to be stealthy is way lower according to Oscar, you know?
Yeah.
He'll make it way easier. I got 20.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're all able to kind of slink through in various ways, and you know, if any of you were to sort of like almost bump him or anything, it's one of the effects of the pass without trace means it's just kind of like goes unnoticed or barely affects him.
I accidentally kicked Dorwin because I can't see him.
And you sort of slink through.
Telepathically, I'm like, sorry about
Have you
that.
seen that? Have any of you guys seen that bit from Adventure Time where they're like sneaking through a vampire's house, and as they're like creeping around like really quietly, this like spider drops down onto one of them, and he's like, and then it like bites him, and he's like. So you guys kind of you go in, and the door's still ajar from further on, and you know, with a bit of pass without trace magic and stuff, you're able to eke it ever so slightly, so it kind of goes unnoticed, and you slink in, and by this point, the guy you were tailing has kind of gone through this door on the left, and you're now in this room with 6 of the Dragonborn who haven't noticed your presence. So
What are they doing?
everyone's in it. They're mostly just sort of like eating and chatting, and
What are they saying?
so you would hear that they're basically saying that that this Dragonborn fellow is going to like be in big trouble with you now hear them saying rook,
Not duck.
you
This Dragon Ball fellow being Luke.
sorry.
No, the one that went to the last drop.
Oh, okay. Wait. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there's Luke who's in trouble, and there's Ruck who's presumably their leader.
Ruck.
Oh wait, sorry, Luke
sorry,
isn't the
they're
husband of the.
Luke
Oh,
is
the
the
husband's name
Oh
is
right,
Luke.
but the one
and
that's
that-
in trouble is the guy who
No, he's the one in trouble.
Oh,
Luke
right.
is the one in trouble.
We don't
Oh,
know.
sorry,
we don't
I
know
was-
the name of the guy who came and
And did the door, yeah.
did the dagger in the last job.
Oh no, they're saying the person who's called Med Ra, who's the one who was in the last drop.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. They're
Yeah.
saying Med Ra's going to be in trouble.
Okay.
That's who Rock's going to be himself with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What did you guys get on your perceptions earlier, by the way?
Oh, I got 18.
18,
17.
17. You would possibly hear through the door that's on the right. You would hear the sort of muffled sounds of somebody. What sounds like impacts and somebody kind of.
Have we? No, we've gone through that door.
We
No,
went to
it's-
the left.
we went to the
but
left,
I
sorry.
don't know if we've.
So we did this check before you had gone through the. Did you go through that? You followed Med Ra. through
I
the
think
door?
if we'd heard this noise,
Oh, yeah,
we
we
probably
would've
wouldn't have
stayed,
done.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Well,
Do you think?
I'd say maybe one of us would have followed. No, I can follow.
No.
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
wait for you to-
Yeah, you hear the sound of what sounds like kind of someone being punched, followed by like grunts and cries out and stuff like that. So yeah, you're all in this room. You followed Med Ra. It kind of goes down this cavernous path. You can see that now, even in these caverns, there's like even in the caverns, the
Oh, it sounded like that. Oh, I understand.
oh, that's bad. He's lost half a heart. There's the floor here is like tiled in the cavern, and you kind
Is
of
the door shut?
behind you. Yeah, the door's shut behind you. And Med Ra kind of goes down through this like archway, and in there you see that there's this person, presumably Rook, who's this kind of like hulking blue dragonborn.
Okay.
You can see that he's kind of got this large desk, and he's just kind of like stood up pacing around the room when Med Ra walks in, and he turns to him and they start conversing. One of the things you notice in this room that catches your eye is just kind of propped up against his desk is this huge warhammer, which kind of has on the end of it the hammer's like fashioned into the shape of a skull, and you can see it's got these like engraved shapes of lightning down the I guess hilt of the warhammer.
And I'll say to the others, guys, I think I found the big one.
But is it just him in there?
And
And now Med Ra, yeah.
Meanwhile, what are you guys doing in this room?
Which room?
The one with
The one with the 6 guys. Are we going to try and probably meet up with these two?
So he's gone away,
Where are you?
Into the next room.
and I'm in the room.
With us?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
great. Yeah,
and
what
say
do you
like,
want to do?
I think I can hear someone in the room to our right. It sounds like he's being hurt. It could be our guy.
Shall we
Let's take a
find a way in, and maybe you and I, Polana, we can bar the door while the rest deal with them?
Why doesn't Rudy, who can slip through doors, because you're still a cockroach, right?
I'm actually a bat, but I can be a cockroach.
Okay.
We can do all.
Why don't you go and check it out
Yeah,
first
you
and
go out.
make sure it is there before we...
1 second, guys. I'm just gonna go and see what's going on.
So you slink away
Slink away.
into an earthworm.
Yeah.
Take 2 hours.
He runs out. And then Enoch as a bat just eats it.
What's a spider? A spider's a fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like a speedy spider. So you skitter off down one of the corridors, and you see that this one's kind of got stairs which go immediately downwards once you open the door.
Yeah.
And as you sort of skitter down, you sneak through another crack of a much heavier iron door, which are kind of rusted around the edges. And as you go in, you're greeted by like a number of prison cells, and there's quite a few different people in here. You see there's a couple of goblins in the cells. Most of them are kind of like seem kind of resigned to their fate, and you see there's a couple of dragonborn in here as well. Most notably, you see somebody who's currently being like interrogated essentially, as he's kind of getting punched across the face, and you can see that there's these like he's strapped into this chair, and occasionally as you're sort of watching this person interrogating, and they're talking Dragonborn, and the guy's kind of like calling out, screaming. Occasionally, he like hits this button basically, and like lightning kind of shoots up through his feet, and he kind of like gets electrocuted for a minute, and then calms down and catches his breath the whole while he's being interrogated by this person in Dragonborn.
Sorry, he hits the button, or the interrogator hits
The interrogator's
Yeah,
button,
so
So
Yeah.
we're not in the Rook's room now.
No, this
This
is
is
in
separate.
the dungeon.
Oh,
Where
okay,
he's in,
right.
And Enoch's in Rook's room.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I relay what I can see. We're less than 60 feet away, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Relay what I can see. And also telepathically to the person being tortured, say, like, Luke, and just see if he responds.
Yeah, you see that as you do, his eyes kind of widen for a minute.
I suppose you would do that no matter what that was said. But
No,
it's
it
the same.
seems like it's in recognition. But to be fair.
Butter.
Yeah, right.
Right, and how many people are torturing him?
Just the one.
Right, and there's no other storm.
Oh, there's no other gang members down here.
Yeah,
No.
alright. Yeah.
Have you telepathically spoken to Luke?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
and right, there's only one of them down here, and it's another prisoner's, but not people can't speak back to me.
Oh.
If we can handle the 6, if we can handle the 6 upstairs, we might be able to get him out. He's not in a prison cell.
I don't think we're going to be able to get him out silent, like not with this big one. Without this big one getting wind of it and having something to say about it. I reckon it's better to do it quiet as you like. Try and take out the guy torturing him. Maybe Dorwin, can you cast invisibility on him? Sneak him out covert.
Yeah, I should be able to get him out.
Did you say there was no locked doors between us and him?
No, there is. There's
There is a locked door.
There's a rusty metal door. I don't know how strong it will be against our defences.
Well, if it's a door that we need breaking into, you've got your right person. I just need to get out of this room.
Can you? Wait, yeah.
If only somebody had let me have a fucking lock-picking finger.
I don't know, there's no skin on my back.
Although you'd need to be a human, I assume.
You'd have to cast invisibility on me as well.
Right, if I try and take this guy out, do you think you can get to me?
Yeah, maybe we should get Enoch to get us in first, and we'll try and take him out together.
We have to.
Don't
Aye.
want to cause any unnecessary ruckus.
Right.
I think that
Might
might be
Diggy
wise.
looks around.
Yeah.
I normally just have them around here.
I think they might be in that thing to the left, behind Josie.
Is there any like little passageways a bat might be able to wiggle his way through, or is it sealed up nice and tight?
Yeah, pretty. There's lots of little crevices to creep into, but there's none that are like sort of lead anywhere.
Okay.
Where are the books?
And how tall's the ceiling?
In the probably about 15 feet or so in the cabin, and then when you get into the rooms, it's maybe like 25 feet high.
Okay. And is the and if I open the door so that Dorwin can see me, if I transform back into a human, will I be seen in the cabin and room that I'm in now?
Yeah, pretty stealthy.
Okay, and would I reckon if I opened the door, would people be able to see me?
Well, I mean, yeah, possibly. I mean, Dorwin could try and slink in and invisibilize you.
Dorwin, you might have to squeeze your way in here and make me invisible.
How would I get in?
Can you see through the keyhole?
This might smells touch.
Can you see through the keyhole?
Oh, don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let me come over and check.
Can we
I'll go down
can we
the
have a
passageway.
quick book search?
Can you teleport through the keyhole? If you can see through it?
Is this a manual?
Yes, but I will become.
Misty steps, not concentration.
No, but it makes me uninvisible, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I cast a spell.
Oh, yeah, it's just regular invisibility, isn't it? Ah.
There's not?
No.
Oh, no, there's a roll.
What are you looking for?
D&D books. I mean, I might have taken them home, to be fair, because they should.
I haven't moved them from this
I
room.
removed them even.
I haven't seen them.
Fair, maybe I took them home. Why would you have done that?
They're not in your
Let
little
me look
drawer.
inside them.
No, I think they fit in the little drawer.
I'll just have a quick. I'll have a quick. Yeah, I'll have a quick look under here just in case they're under there. But
Oh, I've got hidden about half an hour.
all right. Yeah, cool.
Still hits.
I'm really liking Squall's End though,
Do
Roski.
this and get out. Yeah. Great.
I'm right here, door. Alright, fuck it. I must take them home. That's fine. Okay.
No, it doesn't have been.
Alright. No worries.
What is it?
Nothing.
Cables.
Cables.
Like, you know.
There's like
Like
2
it.
cables, yeah.
A waste of storage.
Yeah, yeah.
Got so many boxes just littered around as well.
Like that's like it was just making me laugh because obviously in your house there's just like everything pouring out of everything. It's like
We've used every inch of
precious,
this.
precious little bit. Okay. All right. No worries. So, right. So what's going on?
Dorwin's not sneaking through.
Why can't you just get back out to him?
Because if I open the door, people are probably going to have to.
You might be able to squeeze through the bottom of the door as a bat. They're pretty squishy.
That's why I said. Like, is there any cracks
Oh,
that I can
sorry,
squish
I
in?
was
And you
distracted
said,
by book.
and you
I
said
thought you were
no.
looking for like passageways or something, just in general.
You
Right
right
to
told me
get
I
through.
couldn't do that.
Oh, I see. Just to get through into the room. Oh, you could probably squeeze through the door gap
Okay, cool.
as a little bat.
Alright.
You know, they're not perfectly made doors.
I've squeezed into the room.
Sure, yeah. Gross bat crawling out from underneath the door.
And alright, Dorwin, if you can't cast any spells, that puts us in a bit of a bind. Looks like, how many guys are there? 6.
6 in this main room.
Gotta take them out all at once without making
Can you
a sound.
invisibilise somebody again?
We don't need to take those 6 guys out, do we?
I'm just wondering if I'm going to be able to open a door without people knowing.
But he can make you invisible.
Yeah, but the door's going to open.
But it's like
It's down a hall-
downstairs.
it's downstairs,
Yeah, it's
down a hallway.
downstairs and down a hallway.
I thought there was a door there.
I thought there was 2 doors.
Yeah,
So
the
you
door
open
there,
one
so
door.
you
that
don't
door's
want...
open. Like,
Oh,
isn't
right.
it? It's not open, but you can just open it.
Yeah, but if people see a door
See.
opening with nothing, you know, they're probably going to go, I think there's somebody invisible there.
Might be kind of sus, you know.
It's not immediately combat though, is it? If you're
Alright, I'll
invisible-
tell...
You can always try and stealth it though.
I'll
If it's
tell
just
you-
you slinking down, you could just stealth.
Actually, you know what? I'll...
We slowly open the door.
Or literally just like when everyone's distracted, just
Yeah.
slink around.
Yeah. Or I could probably just
You could
slink
probably
in there
do
as a
that.
bat if it's half open now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll slink into there as a...
Doesn't Dorwin need to get through? Oh no, you can just turn back into a person. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Dorwin needs to go
Behind the
invisible,
door.
isn't there?
I'm gonna
Wow.
go and... I'm gonna go...
Maybe not, if we're just going to take out this guard.
There's 6.
No, in the...
But you're
Yeah,
not
but
down
to get
there.
back through.
No, but
Well, so, no, but as in... So, can I have the marker pen?
Yeah.
I thought we were trying to get them out without having to fight these 6 guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but how do we get the guy
Look,
out? If
it's
you're
like
not
this.
like he's got to
Oh,
be
I
turned
see,
invisible
yeah.
at some point.
So that's the room we're in at the moment. There's one passageway, like, down here to the right. This isn't a door that's ajar. This door's locked. And then there's the room here with Rudy here and the guard and our target, Luke. And then there's this one here, which is a door and then a room.
So
And then there's this one here, which is just a room like this with a door.
And there's another door.
Huh?
There's also just another door, just so you know.
In this one as well?
No, on like.
Yeah,
here.
here.
No, here there's just a door.
Right.
And there's a door there, and then this is where we come from.
Yeah.
So if I squeeze in here, and I'm going to turn back into a human, and then I'm going to pick the lock, and we'll rush the guard and take him out.
If we're going to rush him, that's probably going to set off.
Well, we've got our magical tricks, don't we, really?
Yeah, I reckon with a bit of surprise on our side, we can get him.
If the door is slightly ajar already going inwards, we could all get into the passageway fairly easily.
I could maybe cause a audible distraction to make them look away while we slink through the door.
That sounds like a grand idea, Dorwin.
Okay.
Would you need to de-magic yourself?
Nope, major illusion, baby.
What do you mean?
I've got my major illusion active at all times.
Oh.
Not casting anything, just malleable illusioning my existing major illusion.
Yeah, sure. Just keeping it as a dot.
Yeah.
You can.
There's usually some bug on my skin somewhere.
Yeah, nice. Alright, cool.
Alright, I'll, in the opposite corner of the room over here, I'll make the sound of a load of bottles, like, smashing as if something's just fallen off.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Thing.
And with that, you see that a couple of people stand up and they will kind of look in that general direction for a minute.
Alright,
And
in
we
that
will
second we'll...
Alright.
dart into the passageway.
Okay,
And I am now
just for
a
fun as
visible
well.
human.
Okay, cool. And just for fun as well, can we...
Because I've debatted myself.
Unlock the door.
Because I need to unlock
This
the
is
door.
the locked one?
No, this
No.
is the
No,
locked one.
but
Oh,
the
now
one's
in the
in
passageway,
the
out of
passageway.
sight of everyone.
Oh, so after this bit.
Yeah.
Can you guys, just for a bit of risk as well, can we have stealth to get through the door without...
Plus 10.
Yeah, without making the noise from anyone who needs to get through.
23.
25.
31.
Okay, nice.
When it matters.
So you're all able to get through without making any distracting noises.
33.
And you hear as you're going down the passageway, you just hear, I'll go check one of the storeroom in Dragonborn. And you slink down, and there's now Enoch there.
And we assume that this is the storeroom then.
probably assume that this is the storeroom.
Well, no, that I've been in that one.
Oh, that's the one. Oh,
with
sure.
the-
There's a corridor, but it's fine.
Okay.
We'll
actually,
assume this is a storeroom.
If it's this
No,
one.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll work with that.
Okay, fine. So there's now going to be.
Well, you don't know what's. Yeah, you don't know what's on the other side.
Okay.
Well, Enoch isn't technically a human yet because he hasn't had to open this door, right?
Well, he's dehuman.
Go
so
on,
he
what
can't
you got?
open the door.
What do you think?
But I thought we heard, man, he's going to check the storeroom.
No, as in this is the storeroom.
From you making the noise. From you smashing the
Oh,
bottles.
They're going to check this room.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
the
the story. We
storeroom.
heard this guy say
Oh,
that.
No, that's really good. Yeah, that'd be annoying. He's like, I'm done torturing. I want to see that bottle sound. Okay, so
So, I'm going to.
don't fail now, James.
Yeah, I know, right?
Trying to break into the door.
Well, it's a 23 or a 1, so, you know, jeopardy.
No, minimum 23.
The minimum is 23.
Wait. Why is it?
Yeah, I got 23.
But what? Hang on. With thieves' tools.
Yeah, because I used my sleight of hand.
Let me just check something because I think tools have a different rule. But let me just double check. You may well be right. But let me just check.
Anybody fancy a game of dragon chess while we wait?
Proficiency with your tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to disarm traps or open locks, which an ability checker would be sleight of hand, I would say. Yeah. Alright, fine. Cool.
Well, my sleight of hand modifier is plus 13.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting actually here. These tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to ability checks you make to disarm traps or locks. There's certain traps which magic users can disarm with an arcana check.
Yeah.
So presumably the thieves' tools help in some way. Anyway.
That would make sense, you know.
Yeah, you know.
You can have magical thieves' tools.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but.
Okay, so with the 23, yes, you're able to pick.
So you've picked the lock, but you haven't opened the door yet.
No. Do you want me to add to it?
Yes, please. Okay, so yes, this locked door, relatively rudimentary stuff. You crack it open, and what's the plan?
So
I haven't cracked it. I've just picked it, and it's just the bolt's just like.
Yeah.
okay. Hearing that, I'm gonna wild shape back into Rudy.
Okay.
He's facing away from me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm going to very quietly wild shape back into Rudy.
You only make a noise.
Yeah, it makes a horrific bone grind. But stealth, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Hold Person on him, and he has to make a Wisdom saving throw of 17.
Okay. Well, before you do that, let's just quickly do initiatives just in case things go
Oh,
to
sure.
tits.
Well, we're going to get a surprise with it, so.
Yeah.
13.
All right. Has everyone done
No.
them? 20 and above. 15 to 20.
17.
10 to 15.
10 to 15.
14. I assume you'll win Dex.
Can we end?
What did you get?
We both got 13.
I got 14. Sorry.
Oh, 14, sorry.
So Rudy, Dorwin, me.
What did you get for Lana?
8.
8. Okay.
No, me, then Balana.
You all go before this guy. You got a whopping 6.
And we get a surprise round, so that's 2 full rounds of combat.
If we can't take one
We got this
dragon,
Okay, so
Also, he's
Rudy.
well, he might not.
We're all just missing this guy.
In this round, you're going first. So it's Gesh, Rudy, but I'll do you, and then next time Gesh will go first.
Yeah.
If
If
it's
it says the
required.
surprise, yeah.
What was the save?
17.
He got a 15, but I'm not sure what his modifiers are, so we'll just say failed.
Excellent. Cool, he's paralysed for the next round.
Okay.
Okay. How does that affect?
Okay.
How does that affect his saves when you're casting spells on him if he's paralysed? Does it?
I don't know.
So
That's a bad idea.
I'm going to cast.
What's the? Hang on, before you do, how long does it last?
So yeah, he gets to do a saving throw on the next one.
Okay, sure. Okay, so he falls down onto the ground, paralysed.
And it's a minute.
So I'm going to crack
One
the door,
second,
and
sorry.
I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
The creature automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a crit if you're within 5 feet and can't move or speak.
That's for paralysed.
Yeah.
Just the generic paralysed condition.
Okay, cool. So
Do that.
that was. It's now. Gesh, it's now you.
Cool. I'm gonna step in with him being paralysed, and I'm gonna use my golden veil of vengeance.
Just incinerate the entire room.
No, because I was going to crack it. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't, but
No, well,
We're trying to be like
as in,
stealthy here,
if,
right?
Well, we
if
didn't
we-
like a room full of prisoners.
There are other
Also,
people.
and
And the guy.
kill them all. No.
if we're saying that she went first and I'm opening the door, can I do something first? Like, does it have to? No. Okay. But
Wait,
can we
you
not
can ask.
decide who
You can
goes?
ask.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Can we not
If he wants to do
decide?
something.
Like, I guess I think it might be better to adopt the silent approach. If you'll allow me, I believe we can get in and out without him even seeing us.
Go ahead, Enoch.
So I'm gonna slip my little head around the corner, and I'm gonna cast suggestion on him
While he's
Okay.
paralysed.
while he's paralysed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, you've had a lot to drink. You're very drunk and sleepy. Now would be a good time to take a nap. So
He's bound to put someone to sleep with
Ah.
suggestion.
fair enough.
Let me see what it does, because there's sleep
Someone's
spells.
got a sleep spell.
Oh, fine. Oh, yeah, but I just fine. You should shut your eyes and take. As in, like, you don't have to go to sleep. You should shut your eyes and.
Let me
Oh,
just see
as in
what
I've
it
got
can
my tongue.
Yeah,
Thing,
tongue
yeah.
puts people to sleep.
Yeah. I can do that, but he's already paralysed.
Oh, yeah. If he
It's a
doesn't.
bit of overkill.
But I'm also I'm not invisible, so I thought that
Do you
getting
lose
shut his eyes
invisibility
is
when
a
you
good thing.
attack? Do you lose
Okay, hang on,
invisibility?
let me see.
But you, like, each person loses it when they attack.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
the only person that's not invisible at the moment. So if you cast any spells, you're going to be not invisible. Whereas I can cast a spell and I'm not invisible again.
That's true, and I would say that fits in with suggestion. You can say that he's drunk and he's like.
Well,
wants
he needs to
wants
shut his eyes
yeah,
and you
wants
know
to
you get a
chill.
headache. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Alright,
yes,
so he makes a wisdom saving. What's the
Yeah.
save?
17.
17.
No, sorry, it's my. What is it?
I know we decided what it was a while ago.
It's my wisdom. This is 12. My normal wisdom save is 12 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 16.
Are we not doing it off charisma? Because it's a. like a spell.
Well, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, but saves are separate from the.
Just wanted to roll the
casting
damage anyway. I got 54.
Thing. We said we do it off my proficiency bonus instead of my charisma.
No. It modifies both. So it's normally 8 plus proficiency bonus plus a stat.
Okay, then that would be 14 then.
Okay, cool. Okay, that fell off the thing. He's failed.
Okay, cool.
Okay, nice. So yeah,
He's
as
paralysed and asleep.
he kind of
Well,
was
this is
like,
our shot.
it's all. He's sort of just like, thinking he's pissed and doesn't know what's going on. He's a bit confused. And stuff.
I'll just fucking sleep. I can't really Nah, this is fine.
Well, he's so fucked. He's paralysed.
Just as well, just something to keep in mind is it is concentration, but just as a reminder.
Okay.
Also, technically can't force someone to sleep, but you can.
He's not
suggest.
sleeping in.
Oh.
No. I'm saying. So the actual thing that I've said is you're very drunk. You want to rest. You've got a real headache. You can't even move. You're so drunk. You want to close your eyes and rest. You can't remember what you were doing. You were so drunk. So he'll wake up and not know that he was torturing someone.
Sure.
Cool. I'll step forward and try and free Luke from his shackles.
Okay, sure. So as he's there, you see that he kind of, as he gets released, he just kind of looks around. He says, "Who are you? What was that?"
Your wife sent us.
At this point, you see that one of the goblins.
We are the kayaks.
You see that.
You may have heard of us.
Gotta spread the word, baby. Look at this statue. Enoch just pulls it out of his back.
Is it? We don't have a photograph of it.
Like photo.
A portrait, a painting.
No, I didn't get one.
There's I can make an illusion of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can also. I got minor illusion as well. Yeah, I can minor illusion.
There's as you guys are as you guys are releasing him, one of the goblins in one of the other prisons. You see that he gets up. He just goes, "Help! Escapees! Escapees!"
For the love of
Can
Can I? All right, cool. Hold on.
with my
Oh,
first
wait,
thing,
Because I don't want to lose my invisibility. Though.
I don't mind. Can I just gonna fucking tear him? I'm gonna. He's in a cage, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you shouldn't have done that, mate. You could have pulled it out. And I'm gonna summon 4 psychic daggers and just fucking impale him 4 times, just like that, to the wall with these disappearing daggers.
And for flavour, when he's pinned into the wall as well, you'll see Gesh just from being invisible, he materialises holding his bow and an arrow and he just shoots it straight between his eyes.
Nice.
So you're not invisible either.
No, he's going to recast it.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So you probably don't have long until this person comes down. Until somebody comes down. What's the game plan?
Are there any other prisoners?
Yes, but they're all quiet.
And I'm saying, do you any of you want to get out of here? You'll not make a fucking sound. Otherwise, you'll end up like that one.
And then.
Calm as you like.
What's going? Time's ticking. What's the plan?
Are we?
Hide me
We've
again.
got him,
Enoch.
yeah.
I mean, we could cast invisibility on Enoch and Luke, and then it looks like we've already escaped to them. Because they're going to come in and nobody's there.
Yeah.
So they're
I'm
probably
not
going to go
invisible now.
searching around the rest.
How many targets can you
I'm
cast
not
greater
invisible
invisibility on?
5.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't do Luke. We can only do us.
I can.
Yeah. Also, I can't turn into a bat
I can
anymore.
also do seeming to make people look like other people.
Gesh is also not invisible anymore.
Yeah, you're recasting it though.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Alright.
Okay, so you're turning into a bat again or a spider,
Yeah.
and then we're out.
I'm gonna knock out the guy we've tied up. I'm gonna drag him to the.
Who have you timed
Sorry,
up?
that we paralysed.
Oh,
I'm
he's already suggested.
He's already asleep.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
He's
sorry, fine.
not
I'm
the
gonna
first guy.
move him into the cell then, and I'm gonna.
He's in the cell.
He's already in. So.
No, as in the same cell as the dead prisoner.
Oh.
Like just show him in there, out of sight, and then I'm gonna cast.
Is it not locked
I
up?
think,
Yeah, you need to
Oh,
do
fine,
rules and
alright.
stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to drag him out of sight.
What are you doing?
and I'm gonna use my makeup disguise kit.
We've got like 5 seconds until this dude comes.
Yeah,
We've already used all of that time. We do not have time to do
Just quickly, let me just touch him up.
Yeah.
So, what's going on? You're invisibling Luke.
Everyone except Cora.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
can
and
we-
you've warned the others. Give me an intimidation from your warning.
Is it a speech-based performance? Yes, it is. Oh, and no, it's an intimidation.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
Sorry,
intimidation, yeah.
that's my bad.
Sorry.
16.
Okay, nice.
And because we are sort of using a whole round to prepare ourselves, can we re-stealth with advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we all do it then
Yeah.
before they come in?
Is it dim light?
Yeah. And you're invisible, so that's probably.
Because we got past without trace, so re-stealth with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also got oh, you told that goblin to shut up, didn't you?
Yeah.
That one.
You got advantage, mate.
Why?
So I
Why's the
attempted-
advantage?
Because I just asked and I said, can we do it like? Because we're using a whole round to do it, and all we're doing is stealthing.
I see. Yeah, fair. I mean, yeah, alright, fuck it.
Well,
I got a 42 for myself.
24.
Okay, I got 11, but I am a spy.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
plus 10, plus 10.
Oh, 21. With that.
Nice.
Got
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
With a plus 10,
Yeah.
as well as your.
Advantage as well.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
15. How about 24?
I mean, you know, you're all invisible, so the DC is pretty low.
And also, it's usually like most of the party, isn't it? We
Yeah. That's generally.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
You sort of cover for each other a bit. Okay. Oh, and Luke trying to stealth. Nice. You got 27. All right. So with that, after a minute or so, a couple of maybe like 3 or 4 guards come rushing down, and they see the guy on the ground here, and they turn to the prisoners and they say, "What's going on here? What's happening?"
Is there the sound of any more people coming?
If
No,
there's
it sounds
4
like
of them
these-
in there, we know there's 2 more still up the top of the stairs. And
No,
then
what I'm
Rock
saying
and-
is, does it sound like the other 2 are like alerting other people, or are they? Is it just these 4 that have heard?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
with advantage.
No.
24.
24.
I can add
okay.
to it.
No, that's chill. So yeah, I mean, you can hear there's like ruckus upstairs, and you can hear the sound of these Dragonborn voices kind of calling out to one another, and you hear the sound of like doors opening and the sound of furniture moving around and stuff as people.
Can I do a thing?
What do you want to do?
Can I use my major illusion to make a sound?
Yes.
Cool. I would like to make the sound of a Dragonborn shouting, "Oh, I found them! They're upstairs!"
Okay. Cool.
Comes from the top of the stairs.
All right. Nice. And you see that one of them stays behind with the other prisoners, sort of interrogating them, but with the intimidation and the murder, you see that they're all a bit like none of them are breaking yet. You make the sound, and the 3 of them dash back up. And where we're going from here? Shall we do it? Shall we do it like?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we're not really in combat at the moment,
Yeah,
so
we found this, so I reckon we just run.
We start making our way upstairs. Still relatively stealthily though, because we don't
Wow,
want
there's
to.
so much ruckus going on.
It's true.
I feel like we can just
True.
Yeah, cool.
hot foot.
Okay. So yeah, you know, you've all got solid stealths and stuff. So you slink off. You kind of who's with Luke?
I'll take it.
You sure?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're kind of like bringing him along with you.
How is he like fucked up? How bad?
He's pretty hurt.
Okay.
He's kind of like staggering out, and he just, as you're kind of going out, he just sort of goes to whisper to you in the panic. He says, "My relic."
What is it?
He says, "What? They took something from me. I can't really leave without it."
You really can't leave.
At this point, I imagine probably one of the others would be like, "Shut up!"
and say like, it's all right, Luke. I'll stay behind and get it for you. And if you get Luke out, I'll break into the storeroom and try and get the thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
What does it look like, Luke?
It's like a golden. It's like a golden dragon.
I might also stay behind.
Yeah,
just
please
steam
do
them
it.
back up
Sure, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
as I see them.
Yeah,
So I kind of need to go quite soon.
Oh, sure, yeah,
Oh,
alright,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, we can pause here.
Sorry, I thought we'd get out, but then there was this whole relic.
Yeah.
When's the train?
It's at 22. So
Cool.
Yeah, nice. Alright, cool. Alright, I think that's a decent enough place to pause anyway. Just
Yeah,
for
cool.
us.
That's good.
Yeah, nice.
So we're on the way out.
Yeah. I reckon you make another distraction down here, and
Oh no, wait, they're down here.
yeah. Make another distraction down here. And,
They ran back downstairs.
that'll be.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
We could probably
Always
be
a
there.
nugget.
Oh.
Bit of super glue. Or just reprint a memory paint.
Probably more accurate scale now.
What?
He's now
Even
because he's
smaller.
smaller.
Oh yeah, I guess a bit.
Cool.
Nice. Can you check my phone?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.